Vai na pica, safada sem vergonha. Vai sentando na pica, doida de maconha. Presta atenção que o bagulho é doidão. Trava essa puta quicando safada. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada. Trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, senta no meu palhaço. Vai senta no palhação. Vai, senta no meu palhaço. Vai senta no palhação.
Naquele pique, só couro brabo. Me chamam de proibido porque eu vicio rápido. Combinação perfeita é sexo, cerveja e maconha. A novinha viciou, tá tudo curtindo a onda. Naquele pique, só couro brabo. Me chamam de proibido porque eu vicio rápido. Combinação perfeita é sexo, cerveja e maconha. A novinha viciou, tá tudo curtindo a onda.
Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando. Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando. Só socadinha, você tá dando vinho. Só socadinha, você tá dando.
Esse é o DJ Holanda, tá lançando a nova moda.
É o DJ Holanda, imã de piranha.
Planet Earth. Ever heard of it? You should have. You fucking live on it. Welcome to the 7th annual. It's not 7th annual. 7th Confluence Tuesday Night Trivias. Okay. Hosted by yours truly, created by RagePage, who will hopefully show up at some point. There is still plenty of time to join the trivia. So if you are watching in the back, you can click the link that's hopefully pinned in the description. No, fuck. I fucked it. Just start over. Hopefully pinned at the top of the chat and pinned in the description if you think about it. Good to see you, StreamYard, my faithful hosting platform service. Good to see you, K2. Good to see you, Grilled Polis. Good to see you, Big Soda. And good to see you, Tyler. Good to see all of you. And yes, we have some contestants already. Well, K2 is probably going to drop off, but arise, my contestants.
Earth is gay like you.
Earth is a little gay if you think about it, okay?
You're gay.
There's a lot of gay stuff that happens on planet Earth, okay?
It's the gayest planet in the solar system.
Gayest planet in the solar system.
It is. It actually is, unironically.
All because of Tel Aviv.
Whoa, hey!
I mean, Tel Aviv does single-handedly put it, firmly gayer than Jupiter even. Maybe even gayer than Uranus, okay? Low-hanging fruit joke.
It's gayer than Uranus because of Tel Aviv. If it wasn't for that, it would be a tie.
Tel Aviv?
Yes.
That's there was a time, but that's before I bought all my lights, okay? Ever since then, it's just bad on the eyes. Bad on the eyes. Girl Polis, you're going to be joining us for trivia. I also
just like your hairline.
Questions. That is true. Look, if I was facing the camera better, it wouldn't look so bad. Okay, it's because the camera's pointing down, so it's exaggerating my forehead. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys. When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, that hairline's fine. And then when I come on camera, I'm like, Jesus Christ, why is my forehead so big? But that's where I keep all my big brains. Okay, they have to go somewhere. If you think about it,
it's like a 5 head, maybe a 5.5 head.
It is a 5 head because I'm 5-headed. Okay, that's a thing. If I was dumber, sure, I could have like a shorter head that wasn't so like watermelon-esque, but I'm not.
I mean, you say that, but look at the light bulb headed Somalis, bro. Come on, it's not correlated.
Yeah, if your hairline were a road, 18
well, since Tyler said that, it does remind me of a Somalian hairline.
You ever seen Yakub, the creator of the white race or whatever? I mean, he's got that like. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What he looks like? Where's an image of him? Like, look how big this guy's head is. Okay, wait, I gotta unshare my thing. If you know, you know. Okay, you've seen this guy before. He's created us. He created our very race. Okay. If you think about it, here he is. Now look at this. Look at this big brain. I mean, holy!
Jesus.
We need to find Agartha. Agartha.
Agartha. I don't know who that is. Man, this guy lived to 150. That's crazy. Selective breeding, island of Patmos. Crazy stuff.
Damn,
Crazy stuff.
Is that Michael J. Fox?
What are those black people believing
What
in
the
now?
fuck is trigonology?
I don't understand.
Someone teach me trigonology right now.
Where does it say that? Law of attraction. Where does it say trigonometry? Where does it say that?
We're destined to rule over black people for a period of 6,000 years through the practice of trigonology.
Oh, Oh, yeah, okay. That sounds like a made-up word. I mean, it doesn't even have a link to anything. Even Wikipedia is like, we're going to put it in quotes and just let it hang. We don't know what this really means, okay?
Not even a Reddit account.
Oh, it's John Elden. Oh, yeah, we got some special people. We got John Elden Ring. We got Bradley.
Science of deception.
All these people making fun of your appearance that don't have their camera on.
I have my camera. It's just sitting there.
People.
Oh, by the way,
Confluence sees me.
I am still reaching out to every Elden Ring lore channel I can to find us 3 judges for our debate.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
I have not, and I will find us some Elden Ring experts.
I am so out of book now. I'm gonna have to study so much.
Oh,
Emmett, one of them, he'll be a hard judge on comedy.
No,
He might be in your favor.
No, I need somebody intelligent.
Oh, shots fired. What if he shows up and beats your ass at trivia?
Emmett?
Yeah.
Okay. Is trivia a type of intelligence I'm unaware of?
I mean, in some ways, it's like recall, I guess, of obscure
The
facts.
whole point of it is it's trivial.
To test how fast you can type.
That's why it's trivial information.
You don't think if you correlated Jeopardy winners like Ken Jennings, rest in peace. Actually, I don't know if he's dead. He might be still. No, Jeopardy. No, Alex Trebek, rest in peace. Ken Jennings is still alive and is the longest winner or whatever, right? If you correlate Jeopardy winners with intelligence, it's going to map on, right? Means something. It's got to mean something, okay?
No.
I don't know.
That means
Lucky
they have
guesses.
You think dumb people are winning Jeopardy? There's no way. Like, do you think if you took Jeopardy winners, they're going to have like room temperature IQs? I don't believe it.
No, but I think it's a limited sample size of people that like watch the History Channel or National Geographic or whatever X, Y, and Z subjects. I don't think it necessarily correlates with intelligence.
You got all these
I think Jeopardy uses paid actors.
You have no room for an actual fucking ability. Like people.
Well, they might not be that kind of. I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot of facts, I guess. You know, whereas I try to have as few facts as possible, but be like super on the ball. You know, that's the trade-off I've gone for personally. You know,
esoteric.
Facts are making gay, and as Marilyn says, facts fucking change. I think even Keelan said facts change over time, or someone else was saying that. Maybe
The
it's
Destiny
Pesty.
model. You just make shit up on the fly and go with it. Cookie rockets, bro. Cookie rockets.
Exactly.
I like
Who's
it.
going to fact check you that fast? If you talk fast
How
enough,
else is
no
the
one
fact
can really
going to be
fact check
right all
you.
the time if it doesn't change?
And that's why he does meth.
You know
so
who
he can
you
talk
should
even
have up
faster.
here for trivia night? You should have the Steel Man up here for trivia night.
Yeah, Steelman, you've been personally invited by K2 and myself. And myself, I'd like to extend that invite as well, and to anyone else watching, of course.
And MC Nemesis.
I should really not MC Nemesis.
Can I
Most people watching
to take away one of your guys' invites? I
just
disinvite
realized-
Steel Man.
I just realized I should probably tag RagePage. I mean, she probably saw the live tag, but we technically, well, I guess we don't need her. I mean, well, we need her emotionally, but do we actually need her? No, but she's the co-host, okay? Otherwise, Big Soda will have to co-host, and then he can't participate, and that's untoward.
That is untoward.
Yeah, what's the is it specific trivia? What's up with this?
It's Earth Day, yeah. Earth Day. Well, it's not Earth Day today. It's
If
Earth Day
untoward
tomorrow.
bad should be
Okay.
appreciated.
And so this is a
More
special
reward.
day.
It's
This is the day. This is the day right after Adolf Hitler's birthday and right before Earth Day, which is a weird like. If you don't believe in God, I don't know what more could make you believe in God, because I don't know how a coincidence like that could happen. So it's going to be about planet Earth.
Since you guys have a problem with being untoward, I will be very retorted this session.
Happy Hitler Hangover Day, everyone.
Yeah,
Earth Day. K2 is really throwing him back yesterday, I'm sure.
Oh, I know.
And all of his Hugo Boss themed parties he was at.
I wish I was working.
Doing his
all
little
night.
fucking Yiddish accent. Absolutely. You probably killed it yesterday at parties.
I heard there was some
Really?
channel yesterday that was like starting to sing "Happy Birthday," which is very untoward. A very untoward
Oh,
thing
that
to
was
do.
this channel.
It fell out of copyright.
I don't think so.
It fell out of copyright very recently.
I mean, my stream got nuked yesterday, okay, because Keelan sent me a TED Talk to play, and apparently you're not allowed to play TED Talks on YouTube, which I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
But, you know.
no. Happy Birthday fell out of
Keelan
copyright.
set you
though.
up. Keelan set you up.
Yeah. There's
You can
probably
sing it right now.
really untoward things at the later half of the video. Keelan's just hoping I would get there, you know.
I saw a TED Talk on how to dry your hands better, to use less paper towels.
Was it a TEDx talk though? This is something that I've learned. Okay, TEDx talks are retarded. Okay, Sam Hyde did a TEDx talk once. You know Sam Hyde, where that was one of his best. That's where he got started. Where he's dressed as that like Roman soldier. Do you know what I'm talking about? He's talking about population control, and he's like, "It'll be fine. We just gotta kill him." And the audience is just kind of like
decimation.
That's so good.
You think
So
it's
good.
retarded that this guy was speaking to a bunch of people and telling them after you wash your hands, shake them like this? And
Well, yeah, that's retarded. But I'm saying it probably wasn't a TEDx. TEDx is buck wild, man. Anyone could do a TEDx talk. Okay, that's like the TED, like the independent TED side of things. Okay.
Damn, we need to do one.
I would hope that's a TEDx because anyone, I could fucking do a TEDx talk on running a successful panel. Okay, I mean, take that.
Barely
Take that
successful.
as you will.
Barely
okay?
Just sit in the
successful.
back
That's
and
what
turn
I
the
mean.
camera off.
I'm gonna fuck.
So I mean, they'll let fucking anybody on. Okay, where is this? I got.
We should apply.
Trivia. Well,
You should apply, Confluence.
Yeah,
You
we
should
need a
apply.
Confluence episode.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
And then it
Where
could
did I
be one of
freaking
your
save this?
videos. And then it could be one of your videos in your video section.
Yeah,
That's true.
You can explain what not to do.
This is how not to run a panel. Actually, I'm not low-key worried because what K2 said is what Mara said. Speaking of, Mara told me that when I went live that I'm not showing up in the live thing, even though I'm live, and just to click on my channel to see that I'm live. And then K2 said the same thing today. It's getting me a little low-key nervous that I'm like
you were
getting...
in my live thing, so
It showed me
Okay,
you
good.
were live, right? It showed me you were live, so it worked.
Sent me like 7
That
notifications.
happened to other people.
Okay. I was worried we've been Jumaxing too close to the sun. Okay,
Ooh,
so
whoa,
the
maybe that
panels are
could
getting a little
be.
out of hand. Okay, at some point.
I think
I'm
it was
getting a little nervous.
it was singing Happy Birthday to Adolf Hitler yesterday at that.
That didn't happen. Not on this channel. Not on this
Ich
channel.
mein Birthday to thy Führer.
Well, now it's
Exactly.
happening, but that's because of Bradley, so that's not on me. It's not on me. Bradley's
Hitler's
his own
not
guy.
the
He does what
Führer
he
anymore,
wants.
is he?
You belong
I
in a
don't know if he's the
concentrated camp.
eternal Führer. I don't think he.
No, I think
He's
now
just
it's a
saying to a
woman.
pure.
honestly,
Well, you also did show that German Shepherd attacking a blue jay.
That was kind of racist.
I was paid to do it in my defense. I was paid to do it. Does that make it better or worse? And he was fine. He didn't even get bit. He just ran away. Okay. If anything, he'd like. Well, okay. I'm not gonna say. I was about to say something racist, but if anything,
Oh,
he
you
got
should
away.
replay
I'll
it.
say that. No.
He probably paid him some shekels.
Oh, hold on. We gotta pay him. Hold on. $5. All right, hold on.
Yeah, $5 to play the German Shepherd attacking a acidic Jew.
Oh,
Oh, I
He's
thought you
fine.
meant,
He's
thought you
not
meant the
hurt.
bird blue jay.
He's not hurt. No, no, I don't mean the bird. You didn't see that big soda? He's
I must
fine though. He doesn't even get bit. He's just playing with some doggos. Okay,
I must have been writing D&D script because I don't remember that at all.
for
that's
he
because
the
it
jolly
actually
good
didn't
Führer.
happen. I would never show that. That would be
No,
unfair.
okay. See, that checks out because I was here
Of course not.
yesterday.
Oh, we do have a super chat replay. And I don't know. We could play it for the first time, I suppose, but I don't know if we can replay something we never played. But also,
Bam.
so I guess I get fine. Okay, thank you, $5. Fine. Well, while we're waiting for the rage page, we will pull up this. I mean, there's no way this is TOS, right? It shouldn't be TOS. I mean, it's just,
No,
just a,
it's like Animal
no one
Planet.
gets
It's just the Animal Planet. We're just showing
Yeah,
something from
it's-
the Animal Planet.
Okay.
You and me, baby.
So
I'm hoping I can get away with stuff because I'm both supported by the Daily Wire and everyone knows that I love the Jewish people so much. Therefore, it's totally fine if I, you know, do some memery, okay?
due to the
How much
delayed
shekels
start,
does Jacob give you?
They all know you're a double agent.
Wait, is this? I don't want to pull up the wrong K2 video. If you pull up the wrong K2 video, your channel is gone. I mean, your channel is gone. That doesn't look right. This might be the bad K2 video. Wait, I'm gonna.
Educational purposes. You got to make that disclaimer.
I'm gonna have to pre-screen what I'm about to pull up. Okay. I don't know if this is the right.
due to the late start, I may have to step away for a second to pick up my.
That
wife.
is not it.
It's not it. That is a different K2 thing. That's. I could probably show it, but that one's a little racist, perhaps.
You're just a little bit.
K2 sends me so many things. Where did I save this? My goodness.
It's the last one I sent you.
I know, but I can't open them because you send them to me as downloads instead of just like posting the things. I'd have to open them in Chrome to properly share them. Oh, here we go. This is it. Okay.
Yeah, KP loves to download them.
He saves them.
I have to save them. I want to show them on screen. All right, here you go, K2. I'm not happy with what happens in this video. Okay.
To the dog? I agree.
Oh boy. No.
Oh, it's a whole posse of them.
Yeah. It's called
He evades.
Yeah. Well, it starts out with the leader.
They steal his jacket.
They did take his jacket. But I mean, he got away. He slipped away, you know, so I mean.
Picture of him down.
He's like a lizard.
Okay, Steel Man. Look, we can play that video, but you can't exactly say that in the chat. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to have to delete that comment. Everyone can look at it before I delete it, but I don't know if we can exactly say that.
Well,
okay.
Say like a lizard.
Exactly say that.
It says, for he is a jolly good Fuhrer.
But Steel Man, you should join. Anyone else could join. I'll see if RagePage has responded. Mara, do you want to join trivia?
No.
Nah.
We can't idolize trivia.
RagePage is not responding, so I mean, we might just have to, you know. I sent Young Christian a message about it. Don't mention it on here, obviously, Young Raven. But I don't think I have to tell you that. But obviously, don't send him a message about it. Okay, I have to check his DMs.
Yeah, do you do the thing? Make sure you do the thing.
You're not coming up there, no Mo. Mara, what did I do to you? What did I do to you?
No.
Besides not step in quickly enough when people were being untoward, which I probably should have. But
God, come hang out, God.
Besides that, I did nothing wrong. Okay.
What's up,
After
God?
my conversation with Marilyn, I did go through all Discord and YouTube's terms of service, and it seems like there could be the possibility if someone's being called a whore multiple times on stream, that could violate YouTube's live TOS.
I would think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I was reading through it. It's very loose. Like,
I think it's harassment is like not, but it's like I don't know how they really define that.
I think YouTube's against whore magazine.
You see, if she consents to it, it's true, right?
What else is loose is your mother. Call me a whore.
It's pretty loose terminology, so there's a lot of stuff that probably could apply to it.
That's a good movie.
But it was interesting. I spent that for probably like an hour and 30 minutes just looking through Discord's like hateful speech policy and then YouTube's harassment policy.
Is there mustard in that jar?
How did I piss you off, Mara? The only thing I did, like I said, is not stop avarice. Okay, which again,
Confluence is your biggest fan.
But besides that, if you ignore that, what did I possibly do?
Marilyn, I've never been.
RagePage is here.
What the fuck, Marilyn?
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Second time, Confluence. Second time.
I'm sorry. I think that you're a strong, independent woman that can handle herself, Marilyn. I'm sorry. Okay.
Strong.
You know?
Don't talk about
sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to stop avarice when it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy.
Being green.
I don't like, I hate kicking people. It's hard. I don't know what to do in those situations. When my friends are fighting like that, it's terrible. It's awful.
I don't know. Yeah, it is a tough spot. If you start saying "don't call her a bitch," and then he's probably gonna go down the tone police line of argument.
Yeah, it's just like a hard.
It's taken out on you.
It's just like hard to, yeah. Like anytime that's happened where people are fighting and someone's like, "Well, just kick the person." It's like that's just causes a lot of interpersonal stuff if you're like kicking and because then people are like, "You picked that person's side, you didn't pick my side."
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
like
Food Toy won't come
like
back now.
Yeah, like there's always gonna be, there's
that's terrible.
Yeah, we'll get Food Toy back.
Am I retarded?
Confluence.
Yes.
I think you have to be like realistic with this. Anytime a woman comes on panel and disagrees with the men on panel, it immediately becomes misogynistic towards the woman. That's
I
just
love
a
it when a
trend.
woman comes.
There is a little truth to that.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think
it's not
that's a
easy
gay
being a
term,
woman
but
on internet for sure. Me and Big Soda have talked about this before. It's it's not easy. Not an easy place to be in. You either end up a pick me or you live long enough to see yourself get called a whore multiple times. Okay?
in Maryland's
That's what it is.
in Maryland's case, that's every panel.
Yeah, well, with avarice especially.
We even
but-
call it
But
conflict.
to be
before.
fair,
history.
to be fair to avarice, Maryland, why do you keep going back to these panels? That's a wild one. 'Cause
Well,
it
this
seems
is
like
why I
Go
don't
ahead.
want to get into it like too much, but this is the thing. This is why I'm kind of like lenient with it because
Don't blame
I'll just
the
like show
victim.
up in like JS's server and Avarice and Maryland are just fighting for like 6 hours. So I'm like, obviously they're both getting something out of this. They're like bickering back and forth for literally 6 hours sometimes. So then when it happens on my channel, I'm like, they do this all the time. They're like, what does it fucking matter?
yeah.
It's not like Maryland leaves. Maryland will show up to fight with Avarice for hours. Okay.
Yeah.
He called me the nastiest thing, she said, but you liked that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, I think you joined first, Maryland. Maybe I should take that into consideration. I think that night you joined first and Avarice joined after. Because maybe
A
it's
lot of
different if
times
you
you
join when
like
Avarice is
to
already
join
there.
Steel Man.
after Avarice joins. Then accuse him of
The night
following her
before with
around.
Steelman, you invited her up and she caved and came on when Avarice was already on.
Ew.
And it took like 10, 20 minutes before he started.
Coming.
Yeah, he was pretty fast the other night at getting a little heated.
Ooh.
Yeah, look, this is what the limp-wristed Anson says, even though the most he uttered was like, Avarice, don't call her a whore. She just was offering the possibility of whoring, but she wasn't actually whoring herself. That's what you freaking said, Anson. You're like, she just did this other stuff, but you basically
Honestly, when Anson's up here,
if that's protection, I mean, fuck off.
honestly, when Anson's up here talking about his anti-war stances, he's basically another woman on the panel. Let's be honest.
She's only a little
True.
promiscuous. Oh, no.
Well, that's the
What are you
thing.
talking about?
Maryland's like one of those praying mantises, though. Okay, although I heard they actually don't do that in real life, just when they're in captivity.
Praying mantises.
RagePage said she's figuring out what to do with her kids. I don't know if anyone has a hard out because I don't know how long exactly we want to wait. RagePage, you have an estimate if you're watching.
I won't insult you, Marilyn. I let people insult themselves.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Yeah, she jumped down my throat. She jumped down my throat. I was like, oh boy. My bad, Marilyn.
I'm ugly and my mother dresses me funny.
Woo! My dad used to say that to me.
The only humorous thing about that Discord thing was that it didn't seem like Marilyn realized that was you, Big Soda, for like the
She
vast
didn't.
majority of the conversation.
And I don't blame her. I don't blame her because I thought about it. I was like, damn. I was like, 'cause she had said, she was like, oh, I didn't know that was you, Big Soda. I apologize. And I was like, well, damn, maybe I should have just dropped it there. But I was like, Marilyn, you don't jump down my throat. I'm just playing with you. But it probably let it go further than it should have. And I apologize, Marilyn. I'm sorry.
Marilyn, honestly, though, the fact that you only have one argument, you should be really, really good at it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh no, she's an
She's
anti-Semite.
definitely refined it. I will say she's refined it.
Yeah, but to get angry about it, you should be
Yeah.
schooling people with one argument. I only have like 5 arguments and I win debates. You only got one. You're a one-trick pony.
Define 9 RagePage. You're in Eastern Standard, I hope, because I hope you're not in Central, because that's like an hour and a half away. We can't wait that long.
She's in Louisiana, so it's Central Time.
What? At 9? No, we can't start at 9. That's an hour and a half away. RagePage, that's crazy.
Uh-oh. Am I going to get trivia rollback?
Yeah,
I'm going to steal it back.
Unless, are we sure are we sure both that RagePage is in Louisiana? I think we are sure about that. Oh, wait, no, 8. Wait. So is RagePage in Louisiana, or is Louisiana not in Central Standard Time?
Is there a portion? Is there a portion of Louisiana that's not?
No.
I don't think there's any state that's divided like that. I don't think.
A little bit of Indiana near the.
I was going to say there's bound to be one state.
Michigan also has Central and Eastern Time, but it's a very small part of Michigan that's in Central Time.
Well, what happens when you live on the border?
Do you know China has one time zone, even though it's like fucking like huge?
That checks out.
The sun must set at like retarded times. Like all the time.
2 o'clock in the afternoon and the sun setting.
Yeah, because it's like I think it should span like 5 or 6 time zones.
If we're starting trivia at 8, I will be back at 8.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I gotta go pick my wife up at 8, so I'll be back at 8 like 15.
I didn't.
I would wait longer.
But
it's woman time, so when she says a certain time, it always add 15 minutes onto that.
Yeah, she's got to do her makeup and all this extra stuff.
Oh, yep.
Even though she's not camming up, she still like gets ready. Just to give her that give herself that confidence boost,
You got to practice, making sure the points are correct and all this.
So what do you guys think about
Puts
Planet
it all
Earth?
on, then takes it all off just to look like she just got off work or something.
Would be better if there weren't so many damn Jews here.
Don't you like how they call it Planet Earth to already psyop us into thinking it's a planet, not an infinite plane that extends in either direction eternally?
Well, there's
I think that's
a
kind of
time
crazy.
continuum, and then there's math.
I thought it was
You
the
have a panel
precursor
full
The
of
light
people
and the
that
earth
need your
should look
attention.
like a flat
right?
disc.
Damn, your 8-year-old needs attention before bed. I tuck him in and I'm like, hey, bud, I'm going to put on some, ocean sounds. Good
Put on
luck.
a Confluence panel for you to listen to.
But if you start hearing bad words, go to bed now.
If you're listening to a Confluence panel, that's a snooze fest unless you're on it.
How dare you?
Yeah, true. My $20 offer in chat still stands, by the way.
That does not stand, Tyler.
It does. And it applies to
Tyler,
you,
you will get banned for someone's. Well, actually, we'll both get banned.
No,
Okay,
that's
so no one take him up on that.
Kenny, are you one of those people that believe that there's no space out there? Did you see that the moon set or the Earth set from the moon? From what is it? The new? What's that fucking new ship that they got up there? Fuck, Prometheus? No, that's that movie. But anyways, did you see? It's all over Twitter. The one astronaut, he took an Earth set from the moon. Are you one of those people that don't believe in that? You think that's all made up?
Oh, space is fake.
And gay.
Space is fake.
And gay.
Yeah, fake
Yeah.
and gay.
Let's stop idolizing
NASA,
space.
Just like Confluence's
means
show.
Deceive. It's Nasha. Okay, in Hebrew, if you look it up, this is true. Actually, this is true. It means deceive. You think that's a coincidence? Absolutely not. In Hebrew, NASA is the Hebrew word in the Bible for to deceive. Okay, it's now the S is kind of like an SH, but so it's like Nasha or something. But it's close enough that I can't imagine that's a coincidence.
Yo, are you
chose it
NASA?
intentionally?
No NASA.
Yeah, NASA's
No
NASA's.
NASA.
I mean, who likes
You're not
NASA?
NASA.
with lasers.
If you're
Do you guys
NASA,
like math?
I'm gonna be really upset.
I would
UJ
not think you
space
like that.
lasers.
Come on.
Math or meth,
Fucking
either one would help you see the truth.
space lasers.
Yeah.
So you can say that instead of no cap, no NASA.
No NASA. See, and Brandon, we already talked about this at the beginning. Earth is the gayest planet in the solar system, if you think about it.
It's the dirtiest.
I'll be honest. I was about to ban this chat.
Of Blue Jays on it. Okay.
This chat set me off. I was about to ban him, but after his explanation, I think I'm pro that idea now. It is the gayest place on the universe.
When I hear scientists and shit talk about trying to find other planets and shit, because they're like, oh, we look at the shadow of a planet crossing over the sun to see if it's the right size and distance from the sun that it probably is a planet like Earth. Can't they see like debris or something? Like if another planet was looking like far off into space and they're also looking for life and they saw a fucking planet with fucking garbage all around it, which our planet does have, don't you think that's a big indication of life on a planet full of garbage? We're the garbage planet. If there's no other planets that we can see full of fucking garbage.
We are the garbage planet. Okay, that's true.
Garbage. There's aliens out there that go, don't go near that galaxy. Look at that.
We are a very noisy planet.
Garbage.
It's like when you drive down the road and you see someone that's got a bunch of junk outside in their front yard, but then you talk to those type of people and they don't consider it junk. It's like we're like that to the universe. They say, isn't it garbage? This is space stuff. This is important. We need that.
That there's a space peanut.
Yeah,
we're just keeping it out there for later. When we become like a tier 1 civilization or whatever it's called, then we'll go and collect it and use it for its resources. Okay, this is a long-term plan.
Do you ever watch Skid Row video? Like the security cams of fucking Skid Row, people sitting out there in the fucking street. That's our planet. Would you want to, if you're an alien, you want to drive around there? Would you drive your nice spaceship right into Skid Row and say, "Hey, aliens, what you doing?"
I'd probably roll up the window and lock the door.
Yeah, you
apparently
probably lock
the
the
aliens
doors, but...
like to abduct those people, then play with their buttholes.
Well,
that checks out because some people do that with homeless people.
Yes,
actually, low-key.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. I have homeless people play with their butthole.
Yeah, it's a weird frequent thing that happens.
On my roof, I wrote in big letters, "I want my ass probed by aliens," and they have not come around yet.
They say the eyes are the doorway to the soul.
You don't want it, Bradley. You got to play hard to get. Okay?
Yeah,
you're making it too easy for him. You got to go into a cornfield like half naked and be like, "No, please don't probe me."
Yeah. Hey, my ass is unprobable. I dare you. Unprobable.
Unprobable.
Gone.
Did you hear that, King?
Bradley, are you actually sticking around for trivia? Or are you going to do to us what you did with D&D, where when it's about to start, you're like, oh, I got to go, you guys. I got to go.
You don't do it too late. I can't stay much after 10. It's 10 o'clock's my bin time.
What time? What's your time zone? What time is it for you now?
Right now it's 8:32, so I got about a little more than an hour.
Oh yeah, that should be enough time.
All right, cool.
Because it usually takes 45 minutes to an hour, and if RagePage is on time, then we'll be starting in like 15 minutes.
The problem was last time is karaoke. I have a friend that does karaoke. And
that's right. Yeah.
So she gets upset if I don't come and join that.
That's a Hillary Clinton quote.
It's a what?
Yeah,
I think Hillary Clinton
did
said
say
that.
I think she did.
Hillary Clinton said she had to go do karaoke.
She did. She did.
I remember that.
Bradley, how the tables have turned.
Well, I also keep ketchup in my purse, so hot sauce. Hot sauce. I'm in no ways tired.
I thought I seen you at the agents meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I watched a couple of body cam videos of people being arrested dressing up like cops. And holy shit, can people get real, authentic fucking gear off of just fucking Amazon, you know? And it's what they say, like, oh, we have to look out for this shit because it's fucking real as you can get. And they just buy it wherever. But if you walk around with it...
That's my complaint. I had an undercover cop show me a badge once, and I was like, and he wanted like my name and stuff and my ID, and I was like, how am I supposed to know if this is a real badge? Like, I don't know what a law enforcement badge is supposed to look like. If this was a counterfeit, you're a plainclothes officer. There's no like, how am I supposed to freaking trust this? And he's just like, I showed you a badge.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like, I don't fucking know what a badge. Like, how
you're
would I
legally
know?
not required to, unless there's an identifier on the vehicle. You're not required to pull over for them. But good luck with that.
I don't know. Is Canada law like that?
What you do if you're
I think
being
it
pulled over
depends
by
on like the place.
Well, I haven't done this, because it hasn't happened to me. But if it does, I always tell myself if a unmarked car tries to pull you over, I would just drive to the nearest fucking cop station, go in there, and I'd honk my horn really loud. Just get more cops. If he's a real cop, whatever, I get a speeding ticket or whatever the fuck I
This
get.
wasn't even being pulled over. This was like I was like loitering, and this like plainclothes cop came up. So there's not even a car with lights. It was just a guy. It was just like a random. I'm like, I don't.
Unless the cops are doing an investigation.
That's when you start recording, bro. You start recording and you get shit out there.
That's when
Get in the back of the van.
Like, I'm gonna need a supervisor. No, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, if you think somebody's impersonating a cop, you just find a real cop. That's all you gotta do. Because there's not gonna be more than one. You're not gonna find a second impersonator. That's not.
Guy shows up in like cargo pants. Okay.
Of course, he's an officer of the law. I am also an officer of the law.
Get someone in a uniform.
It is also easy to get a car that looks like a cop car because they're talking about how they auction them off and shit, but they take all the
lights ain't shit.
But you can buy lights; they're illegal. If you get caught with the blue and red lights, you'll get fucking
That's why it's recommended that you pull into a well-lit, traveled area, right, so people can watch the encounter.
Yeah,
I'm white. I don't have to. I never interact with the cops.
No. And the cops aren't doing as much as they used to now because of all the fucking shit that's going on. So like, no, unless I see somebody stabbing somebody, I ain't fucking.
Yeah, it's just not worth it for.
We need to crowdfund private militia and pull in the good cops to it.
Yeah,
you can get it signed off by President Trump and go after the fucking judges and governors and everyone.
I too want to live in a libertarian hellscape, Seth.
I think
they just private militia and private courts only, and no government.
Good luck with that.
It's not private; it would be public. That's the whole thing. It's crowdsourced.
Dude, the video though I saw was fucking crazy. This guy was like everywhere. He was hanging out at like a fucking Home Depot, or whatever, like patrolling the area. Like the 7-Eleven. He like showed up. They had dash cam video of a cop, like a real cop, trespassing someone, and then all of a sudden this guy's just at the fucking door. But at this moment, the cop doesn't investigate, so he, goes about his business and keeps doing this fucking shit until, like, it happens too many times where one of the cops is like, I'm gonna check this guy out, and goes down there, and like the guy's all twitchy and saying weird fucking things, and it turns out he was arrested previously for fucking barricading himself in a house and like saying there was a bomb threat, and cops had to come at him and shit. And he's like, no, I was never arrested for that. No. And so he was on probation, not even allowed to carry a gun. He's dressed as a cop, holding a gun. He's fucking crazy.
There's those odd compilations that I guess this happens a surprising amount, enough for there to be compilations of it, of like, cops arresting other people pretending to be cops or pretending to be FBI agents.
Yeah.
And it's like, how, that's because that's got to be like a serious charge. But I guess like how many people are going to, that's the thing. No one's going to question you except another cop.
Most of them are just like, oh man, I'm sorry. I just mean like, but this guy was fucking nuts. Because like the one dash video of him showing up at another call, like, because he was just patrolling the area and he didn't say much, like nothing weird happened. That's why the cop didn't, ask him. Like, but I still think that was weird. Like, how did this cop they just don't know other cops? And it's like, that's just weird. If you don't know this other cop and just another person shows up dressed as a cop, you're not like, hey, who are you? I've never seen you at the station. But I guess there's a lot.
I guess, it depends on the city size, maybe.
Yeah. But it was just weird because he just showed up there and he was at the one they stopped him at. He like fucking prolled it. There was like a hobo who started a fire, so a cop went and investigated, and he showed up at that one too. And the
thing is, how many of those crimes do you have that fake cop has stopped though? Like, what if he stopped a bunch of crimes? Then it's like, is he a bad cop or is he a good fake cop?
Here's what he was doing. He was searching people for drugs and then taking their drugs and doing the drugs. Is that like a Dexter kind of thing?
That's kind of like
a
Robin
Hood?
Hood. Yeah. That's what
I
think.
steal from the poor their drugs and I give to me a drug.
Yeah. Out of all
They're
the things you
richer
could
than he
do,
was.
it's probably the least bad, I suppose. You know, if you're a person or a cop.
Tweaking out when they arrested him. He's in the back of the car like, man, I can do that shit.
See, Bradley's like Bradley's like the reverse of that guy. Bradley is a cop who's pretending to be a panelist. Okay, if you think about it. So Bradley's like doing the inverse of that.
Are you saying the panel's glowing right now?
I mean, it might be. Okay, I mean, look at Tyler's bedroom. Is that not glowing?
X-nay on the ice A. I'm not.
We're trying to catch Emmett once and for all. He's eventually gonna slip up.
Ice A is
we're gonna get him.
Oh, we can get Emmett deported? I was only half paying attention. I'm down now. Let's go.
I'm just saying, once he slips up, you know.
I do hope next time I get pulled over, I'm by a cool cop because I really want to go. I'm not driving. I'm traveling and see. I'm just kidding.
You just gotta say you're a sovereign citizen, Bradley.
I'm a sovereign. I'm just do you know how old?
Burger
I
King
swear to God,
on top.
I was listening to Art Bell radio show, which is in like 1990. This is old shit, and he was talking about fucking sovereign citizens back then, they were called Freemen, the Freemen, and they said the same shit. Oh no, you can travel. And Art's like, yeah, you can travel with your fucking feet, like everyone says. They're miscuing it, whatever. But you can't operate a motor vehicle. But they were saying this shit way back when this shit was happening.
You can operate a motor vehicle on your own property. You're not allowed to do it on the road specifically.
No.
Have you seen the 16th Amendment?
But not everyone has private property where they can drive a vehicle around it. Yeah. A lot of people have property the size of this.
Wait, does that mean if you have like a house, can you just like do donuts in a car without a license while drunk on your own, like as long as you're on your own lawn and not get a DUI? Like you're probably get a noise violation, but like could they not give you a DUI or anything like that?
Probably not in Canada.
If you live out in the country and you got land, then yes.
Yeah, we don't have private property in Canada.
No, if they see you with an open container in your car in your driveway, that's pretense. Yada yada yada.
That's true. That's true.
But not having it roadworthy, if you had no inspection or anything, you said no, this is cars just
actually,
on my
me and Bradley, that was you and I forgot you and me had a big fight. I think it was me and you about if cops are allowed to sit outside of a bar.
Oh yeah.
Right? And you were saying that was entrapment. We got into a big fight over whether that they can legally do that. And I think I was right. That they are allowed to do that. They can't wait outside the bar.
Then why don't
they do that? They do that.
If I was a cop, I would do that.
They don't have enough
cops because it's entrapment.
They don't have enough cops to actually stay outside of every bar. So what they do is all the bars are usually in a certain area of town, and then they'll set up a stop.
Like a check stop, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to drive through that, and they can totally catch you. They're absolutely allowed to do it.
If you break a traffic law.
No,
they can just check stop
you. That's not what a check stop is.
There's a check stop and they're checking everyone. They can't just.
Well, no, they can check like every fifth car though, or something. Like they don't need a reason. They can check every like nth car and just
I mean, you can tell them no, and you can assert your legal rights. But generally, they say roll down your window. They check your breath real quick. They look around the car and then they let you go.
The best thing you can do is not be drunk.
Yeah.
No, the best thing to do is
himself went through DUI check by drunk one time.
You can go to a bar, have some drinks, eat food, and stay an hour and be fine. I believe if you're not drinking like me right now.
Depends on your body weight and your.
Yeah, they let you get away with that.
You can usually, I think, because it's like 0.08, right? You can, I think that's like 2.5, 3 drinks around.
Not unless you have a CDL, then it's 0.04.
Yeah. Well, if you got that, then yeah. Then
it can be more extreme. Yeah.
Well, that's also when you're not on duty on the clock and it's like the weekend.
But 0.04 is still like probably 2 drinks.
No, it's still 1 drink.
What about 0.420?
I don't know.
It is. Yeah, 0.08 is the legal limit. Generally,
Yeah.
the standard deviation for that is one person having 1 drink per hour if you're 120 pounds. So I'd usually be able to get 2 drinks down in an hour and be able to blow a 0.08.
Okay, while we wait, we're gonna ask our trusty clanker friend. Okay.
Okay.
What's the average guy weigh? Like 180 pounds?
I remember this from health class, actually.
If I weigh 180 pounds, how many standard drinks in the U.S. could I drink before blowing a 0.08?
3.5 liters.
Why can't you ask it my
okay,
question?
see, 3 to 4. And then
Yeah,
so
that's
I guess if it's
why
half,
everyone says 2 drinks.
I said 2 for K2, and I guess it's 2 could be pushing it, I suppose.
That's what everyone says when they're pulled up. How many drinks have you had tonight? Oh, 2. That's what everyone says.
You say 1 or 2, yeah, but that's generally over. That's generally over the course of a certain amount of time. I was there for a while. I just had 1 or 2.
Fucking 10 drinks.
I'm still finishing my first.
You just gotta do the Fuentes tactic and say something ridiculous, and they'll let you go. You're just gonna be like 25. And
I just
overshoot it.
Overshoot.
Can you ask
Just like, oh, on your
ChatGPT
way.
if that's entrapment? Can cops wait outside a bar and pull random people over for no reason? Is it entrapment? If they wait outside a bar and pull people over.
Yeah. I'm ready to mog you, Bradley.
I didn't hear the pulling over part. That adds a different factor. They definitely have to have some sort of reason to pull you over. They can't just do
That's
it.
what I'm
because
saying.
they're out of a bar.
My scenario is a cop waiting next to the exit of a bar. Anyone that pulls out of the bar, they just whoop whoop. That's what I'm saying is entrapment.
That might actually be
whether you can. Well, I don't know if you can. Whether you can do it, it's definitely not entrapment. You're using the wrong word. Entrapment would be like if the cop is like selling you the drinks and be like, "Hey, you should definitely drive, bro. You're so good to drive. Here, have and then pulls you over.
He's in the passenger seat, agging you on.
Yeah, bro, you're such a good driver when you're drunk. Just do it.
You're like, oh my god, you're amazing at this.
Yeah, you're the best.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't, man. What about the cop? Don't worry about the cop, bro.
You see, Bradley, read them and weep. No, that's generally not entrapment. Entrapment means police induce or pressure someone to commit a crime they otherwise wouldn't have committed.
So they have to be involved.
It's more like targeted enforcement or sobriety checkpoint style. Yeah, they can watch for people leaving a bar, pull someone over if they have reasonable suspicion. Okay, so yeah. And in some places run lawful checkpoints.
They are even allowed to coax you a little bit. They just can't like be the architect. Like what we saw with the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot. They were the architects of that kidnapping. And they were like talking
I have a question about the Constitution.
Criminals.
Because if they were just in a group and they weren't agging it on, they were just kind of responding to the situation, and they weren't actually engaging with it. Most people probably would have went to jail.
If you're at a bar and a bunch of cops are like, yeah, chug, chug, chug. Go on, drive home.
Yeah, if the cops are the bartenders, you could probably get an argument for entrapment. If they're like, bye, have a good time, drive home safe.
They give you back your keys. I think you're fine, buddy.
Yeah,
you're fine. You're overthinking it.
Yeah, you're definitely.
What does in proportion to the census mean?
What is what?
What?
In proportion to the census in the Constitution, I think it's Article 9 or Section 9.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what specifically?
Bars can be really bad, though.
It's talking about how Congress is allowed to lay taxes or not allowed to lay taxes, right? They're not allowed to do direct taxes.
I wear latex
the
all the
16th Amendment directly just upends that. It says, yeah, no, we can do income tax.
I mean, that is how amendments work, if you think about it. That's why they're called amendments.
Income. I only have outcome.
Are you a libertarian, Seth?
Yeah.
RagePage, are you out there, by the way? 2 minutes, RagePage. Get that little one to sleep, okay? One way or another.
I think she's going to abandon us.
I don't know if I can do that.
I'll lean Republican.
I suppose he said he'd be back at 8, so you know.
Ew, you lean Republican? Ew.
But I'm anti-corporatism. Like, I think the whole idea of a legal entity is fucking retarded.
A fully clothed officer coming up to you. Excuse me, sir, would you like to buy some heroin? Oh, yeah. You're under arrest. Damn it.
I like that you accidentally said fully clothed instead of plain clothes. And then the alternative is a naked officer.
No, I just mean like in the uniform, fully uniformed.
Oh, fully
uniformed officer coming up to you, offering you heroin, and then immediately arresting you when you say yes. I mean, that's common gold.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to buy some heroin? I guess so. You're under arrest.
Alternate universe.
Well, the question is, why is that not entrapment? So why is it not entrapment? No, hang on. It's not entrapment for an undercover officer to come up to you and elicit a thing or sell of drugs.
I just seen a sheriff's office post a meme talking about a dude who called them up, asking them to come test if they would test his stuff because he was pretty sure the dude that he got it from sold him the wrong stuff, and asked them to arrest the dude who sold the wrong stuff. And they let him come down there. They tested it. It tested positive for meth, and they arrested him and invited everyone else who needed their stuff tested to come down there.
But I don't know if that's entrapment. I don't even think that's
They've done a lottery thing, a fake lottery thing.
They're allowed to do those fake buys, but I think they're obviously sketchy because that's the thing the legal defense will try to use as entrapment. But I think if you do it, my understanding, if you do it carefully enough, because the thing is, would they have done the crime otherwise? So if it's like they're at a specific corner where they're obviously trying to buy drugs from everyone and an undercover cop offers to sell, then it's like, well, they were trying to buy drugs anyways. So you could argue it's not entrapment. But if you like go out of your way to entice people to do a crime that they wouldn't otherwise have done, right? Like if you fake a prostitute thing and you like if you're a female cop and you just go up to a random guy in like a random part of town that's not known for prostitution, that's probably entrapment because like bro's just trying to go to work. I mean, he's not like but if it's like a seedy where it's like this is where the prostitutes gather, and then that's a bit different because if you're cruising
I think I actually kind of.
A cop hiding behind a sign is an entrapment, but a cop revving his engine trying to race you is entrapment.
Well, the reason I would disagree with, I guess,
look like they're selling drugs or look like a prostitute and wait for somebody to come up and propose to them. They can't be the one off. They have to and they have to word it a certain way. Like, yes, sir. Would you like to buy this cocaine? They have to do it.
No, they don't. Way. No, they don't. That's the thing. Like, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just saying these are cases that happen where it's like they're obviously sketchy, but it's the same with like selling where because when they sell you, I don't know who I talked. This was like a few months ago when they're selling you drugs illegally or you're buying drugs. They can use completely fake substances. This is what I was confused with. It's like, how is this illegal? If you're buying something that is not actually cocaine, what law are you breaking? But they actually can get you on it. No, but let's say you're buying it and you're buying a kilo of fake cocaine or it says like, what if you're just buying flour? I mean, what are you intending to distribute? The flour? Like, it's like a thought crime. It's like, you think that it's cocaine?
You're intending to buy this cocaine.
But see, that's why
you didn't actually murder them. You just attempted to murder them.
That's why I feel like it does cross into the entrapment, because once the officer engages and I guess elicits the illegal action, to me that seems like entrapment because the officer is trying to entrap you in the crime. But I guess by your definition, Confluence, that doesn't apply because of the definition you gave.
Sometimes it doesn't,
and there has been cases that have it's like, these go like 50-50 with a lot of these. Like there's a lot of other people do get off. That's why cops will rarely try to do that type of stuff because it's an easy legal defense to try to run.
In some cases, it can go like, would you like to buy some cocaine, Mr. Thompson? I think he's talking to you.
But okay, this is something that's fun to know. Cops are even allowed to use drugs like in the purpose of a bust. So like a lot of people will like be like, okay, well, if you're not a cop, then like snort some cocaine or whatever. It's like cops are, it's a big process. If they do it, they got to go through like a bunch of paperwork and like a bunch, but they can, if it's an important enough bust, they can use hard drugs as a cop to like trick people into thinking they're real, which is a
when
weird
you get
thing.
to that point,
Like,
though,
Trump's
you're literally
really
trading
blitzed,
lives
man,
around.
living his best life.
Well, because you know what
Like
happens?
you're literally allowed to
They'll
kill
be
people in
killed.
those situations.
They'll be
I don't
Allowed.
know
You
about
have to
that.
have
Well, no, I mean,
information.
Yeah, I don't
you're
think it
not,
goes that far. I think
It
there are certain
does.
things you're
There's
not allowed to
one of
do.
the most
you're not
prolific
like,
gang killers was an undercover cop.
It's not always, you know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that I don't. It depends when. Like, I'm sure stuff happened way back in the day. That would definitely not be
Yeah.
legal now.
It
Right?
is.
Like, unless
It
like
is.
there's
You
no
can trade
there's no
lives
a
like
cop
Diddy.
could be like a hitman and just an undercover hitman be killing innocent people, and then just like trying to bring down the bigger. Although cops
you can't do
have
that.
distributed CSAM before. That's a thing that's happened where they'll take CSAM. I don't want to say it, you know, like untoward images depicting people that are too young to have images depicted of them on the internet, because they've taken over some of these like dark web sites, and then they'll continue running them to like try to scrape data. So then at that point they're like hosting, the FBI is like hosting one of these sites, but the argument is that they're like trying to, you know, like so it's probably fine. It's just a weird thing to think that the FBI is like technically hosting that type of stuff.
They have to see.
Oh, shit, we had RagePage on here and then she dropped. Fuck.
That's gotta be
RagePage,
really
come back.
fucking hard to do. I mean, if you have to see the imagery, so I don't know. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, some guy is his job to like analyze all that, look for stuff in the background, right? Which is an important job, but man, that must fuck with your mental health. Like,
yeah.
What do we do about
I'm seeing it for good.
Roblox?
If you're like a Christian or something, you have to tell God, I'm seeing it for good. Not for the bad.
And he's
not
like,
for the bad. No,
I'm sure.
For the good.
On that note,
baptize me with fire, pretty please.
Are you there?
Yeah.
RagePage, are you on your Chromebook?
Terrible.
You sound terrible.
Yes, I'm on a. Yes,
Oh.
I am. Hello.
Okay.
Testing.
No, you sound okay. All righty. Welcome.
All right.
Oh, that's That's ChatGPT. Get out of
not
here, you
entrapment.
filthy
I got
clanger.
that question right.
Hold up. Wait, just 1 minute.
I got a question.
I just want to edge the audience a
I
bit
got a
more.
question.
Oh, you're gonna make me come.
That's not the point, Bradley.
On a scale
Okay,
of 1 to 10, do I have to be on panel to take school?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
There's got to be
Why?
at least one woman on the panel.
Yeah, you're the sex appeal.
I need just the names.
All right. We have set. Oh, first of all, let me do my little intro. Welcome to the 7th annual. Why do I keep saying annual? Fuck me. I'll start over. Okay.
Dude, my Wi-Fi
Welcome
is
to
trash.
7th Trivia Night. This is Earth Day edition because Earth Day is tomorrow. Hosted by Confluence, created by RagePage. Welcome everybody to trivia. If you want to have last minute joins, we can have last minute joins. Oh, wife said no more streaming. Okay, we are losing Tyler. Oh, Tyler's already gone. Okay, we've already lost Tyler. If anyone wants to join, you can still join. Click the link that's pinned at the top of the chat. Also in the description, there's 25 questions plus a bonus question. There are prizes. They are not cash prizes, but they are better than cash prizes if you think about it, and you must. We have as our contestants, we have the luxurious Seth. Welcome, Seth. The enigmatic Big Soda. The ever insane Bradley.
Oh my.
We have the also mysterious as well, John Elden Ring, creator of the Elden Ring game, okay, and the DLC. And wait, K2, are you playing? Probably not. I'm going to remove K2, not K2. Anathema, be gone. K2 is driving, if you think about it. So, I removed trivia, so he probably can't play. So those are our contestants. We have Seth, we have Big Soda, we have Bradley, and we have John Elden Ring, aka Keelan.
Starts with an A.
So, do you guys Seth, have you played trivia before? No, you haven't, have you?
Nope.
Okay, so what we do is, this is a little rundown on how we answer it. The questions are multiple choice. It'll be A, B, C, or D. And we don't shout out the answer because then it just won't work for a lot of reasons if you think about it. But You will type your answer as your username. So if you click on your name, someone told me this, I can't remember who it was, maybe Teo. If you click on your name, it will let you change it, okay? There's other ways to do it, but that's the easiest. You click on your name, you can change your name. So you will change your name to A, B, C, or D. So I will, for example, Bradley, pay attention. So you will change your name, A, B, C, or D, to the answer. We'll pull up a comment. Notice how it hides everyone's name. A little StreamYard trick, okay? So I will read the question, and we'll all do a test run to see if we can figure out how to change our names. So everyone pretend I'm reading a question right now, okay? To see if everyone gets it. So let's say I'm reading a question. And then I'm like, is the answer A, B, C, or D? And then there will be roughly a six or seven countdown, just because we want to keep it tight so no one can AI things. And then in that time, you will change your name. So I see we haven't all figured out how to change our names. I won't call anyone out specifically, Bradley, but you just click your name. There we go. And then let's say we're done. We're like, okay, what is it? And now notice how everyone except Keelan has changed their name, but Keelan knows how to do it. Okay, so it's fine. And then you can't change your name after. This is how we don't steal other people's answers. All answers are final. And whatever RagePage has picked as the answers are the correct answers. We cannot challenge them because, sometimes there's a...
What is it?
There's a confusion,
Fuck.
Does everyone understand? Is everyone ready to begin?
Yeah, change my name out. That's not appropriate.
I'm ready.
We lost RagePage. We lost RagePage. That's fine. I'm sure RagePage will be back or will be in chat. Otherwise, I can keep score because we need at least 4 people. So you know what? I will, just in case RagePage's shit is omnicucked, I will just write down a little score thing of my own. Big Soda, Keelan, Bradley, and Seth.
I'm having a fucking, what is it called when the things are switched, like damn it, Bernstein Bear, what is that called? I'm having a Mandela effect right now. Is there not another word for Earth Day that's like
Arbor Day is Tree Day.
Arbor Day, that's okay, that's why I thought it was Earth Day.
Yeah, that's Tree Day.
Tree.
Okay, RagePage has it.
Thank you for helping me.
She has dropped off.
Did I win the first round?
I was toward.
You did.
Yes, you did. Wait, Keelan, are you there? Keelan's the only one who hasn't talked, I don't think, yet.
There's camels. Scorpions.
Everyone shout out Keelan's name at the same time, in the same way.
3, 2, 1.
John!
Keelan! Keelan!
Keelan!
Oh, yeah!
Oh.
Keelan! Oh, is this you? Oh, this is Teo. We got Teo, a last-minute contestant, the mighty Teo. Let's go. Okay, RagePage, add Teo to the list. Happy Earth Day. What's the opposite of belated? Early, I guess. Happy early Earth Day. Oh, Keelan says he's on panel. Okay, Keelan's just not talking. Okay, that's fine, Keelan. That's fine. Okay. Well, actually, yeah, it is a text-based game, so I suppose it is fine. So if everyone's ready, wait, Teo, you know how to change your name, right? I think you were the one that showed us the easy way to do it.
Yeah, I got to do that. Where exactly do we put the answers in this chat or like?
No,
you change your name. So click your name.
Oh yeah,
You will change it to A, B, C, or D.
Okay.
And it will be covered with a comment. Okay. And then once it's revealed, then the answers will be
All right.
So they're all A, B, C, or D. So get your fingers ready.
Oh,
all right, we will start. I'll pull up a comment. Let's go. Question 1. What organisms contribute between 50% and 80% of the planet's total oxygen supply? Is it A, tropical rainforest trees, B, algae and cyanobacteria, C, lichens and mosses, D, submerged aquatic grass? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is B. Algae and cyanobacteria, which Keelan and Teo, I feel like both, Teo and Keelan, they both know. Well, Teo especially. Teo, I know you're into rocks, okay? I know you're big into rocks. And Keelan feels like he's also into rocks, okay? I'm glad RagePage is putting the answers on the screen. Thank you for that, RagePage, because usually I have to go back to see if it's just B, see what B was.
I'm into rock
attention to detail.
Your slideshow is beautiful.
It is. RagePage does an excellent job on these. Shout out to RagePage.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so RagePage. That was that was Teo and Keelan. And
Rush needs to be on panel so she can hear the compliment.
Yeah, I know. If only you could be here, RagePage. But do let me know in the chat just to make sure you were here. Otherwise, the scorekeeping will. Okay, yeah, you were there. Okay. Yeah, you noticed. Yeah, there we go. RagePage is appreciated compliments. Question the second: which material holds the title for the most recycled material by volume in the United States, with over 80 million tons processed annually in North America? Is it A, paper, B, glass, C, plastic, or D, steel?
Plastic. Which one was plastic?
5, 4, C's plastic. 2, 1. It is D.
Fuck, I should have known that. For some reason, I was thinking timber.
Of course it is.
That was
You said paper, and I was thinking timber.
It was paper. I don't know why.
I knew it was D.
Was crazy.
I saw paper, and I thought timber.
Well, to be fair, I
Is
should have
timber
guessed.
even right?
I should have guessed D because we shipped all of our steel manufacturing overseas before Trump decided to stupidly tariff all that shit.
That did happen.
That and steel before we started dropping the nukes is super valuable because it's not got radiation in it from the atmosphere.
Yeah, it may have been smart not to ship it overseas.
Of course, Steve,
if you think about it, yeah.
You can't do anything
So
with
no one
anything
got
else.
that one, Rage Nobody got that.
Damn it.
I knew better.
If I had more time to think about it.
Question the
After I knew
third.
the answer.
Which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? Is it A, carbon dioxide? Oh, that's a Boston accent there. B, nitrogen. C, methane. D, nitrous oxide. Don't threaten me with a good time on that last one. Jeez. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I got it wrong.
1.
Damn it!
It is D, nitrogen. Oh, Taylor tried to self-handicap, but he got it. So did Bradley. Bradley and Teo got that one, RagePage. Okay.
I love it when I'm not.
Oh man, I changed it too late.
I really thought it was carbon dioxide.
I tried so hard.
Carbon. Hey, pop the carbon and
get the carbon out of the atmosphere. Okay. Question the fourth. What is the specific term for the measure of how much solar energy is reflected by a surface? Is it A, opacity coefficient, B, emissivity, C, solar reflectance, or D, albedo?
Albedo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is albedo. What the fuck is that? I thought that's like when a black person and a white person make a kid.
I don't.
Whoa.
I just went with the obvious answer. I didn't fucking.
I feel like they've got 8 different words for the same thing.
The fuck is that?
I've never heard of this at all. This is just Keelan's one.
Who's faking gay?
Good job, Keelan.
I'm
Question
2 for 2 now.
5.
Like, why not just call it what it is? Why do you need a whole ass word for a thing that is literally specific to light? That's like osmosis. It's diffusion.
Stop talking. You're gonna. Everyone's reading the question. Developed in Japan in the 1980s, the therapeutic practice of immersing oneself in a forest to connect with nature is known as Shinrin Yoku. What does it translate to in English? A, nature pool. B, tree hugging. C, forest bath. D, wild swimming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
It is B, forest bathing.
That's what I thought it was.
I wouldn't have got.
Oh man, somehow everyone.
I knew it was weird.
Crazy. Wait,
We're all
not
weebs.
I knew it was going to be weirder than I.
No, I didn't get that. I just didn't change.
I gave them the benefit of the doubt. That was my mistake.
You still,
I
hey,
would've-
the answers are final. You got it, Bradley. Okay.
No, my answer is tree hugging.
Your answer is C. Everyone gets it except Seth.
I just didn't change it. I didn't
That
change
isn't a
Still
weeaboo
get it,
confirmed.
whatever it is. I think that is the end of. Oh wait, it's it's not divided into 5 sections. Okay, I was jumped the gun there. Okay, question.
You get arrested for forest bathing.
I know that sounds a little untoward. Question the 6th. What are the 3 key principles of waste reduction in conservation? Is it A, reduce, reuse, recycle? B, rebuild, revive, renew? C, remove, reform, recreate? Or D, recover, repurpose, reclaim?
I know this one.
5,
if I'm wrong, fuck you, because I taught this every single day.
2, 1. Yes, this was a freebie. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Knows the answer to that.
If you have a job, you've gotten this one. Yeah.
So everyone gets that one, of course. You know. What a fake and gay slogan. Hate it. Question 7th. In 1824, who first proposed that Earth's atmosphere retains warmth, comparing the atmosphere's insulating property to the glass walls of a greenhouse? Was it A, Niles Ekholm, never heard of him? B, Joseph Fourier, never heard of it. Well, heard of him, but don't know how to say his name. C, Svante Arrhenius, never heard of him. D, John Tyndall, finally someone I fucking heard of. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
B, Joseph
Physics,
Fourier. Fourier?
Oh,
I don't know if that's how you say his name. Who got that? Oh, it's just Teo. Just Teo got that. Good job, Teo. Am I saying his name right? Fourier? Does anyone know that?
Fourier.
Fourier.
Oh, meet me in the Fourier.
You have to say it like
meet
a
me in the
pompous French
Fourier.
bastard.
Like what they do for horseshoes.
8. What is currently the most common material found in municipal landfills by weight? Is it A, food waste? Oh, that would be terrible. A, aluminum cans. C, plastic bottles. D, cardboard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is.
Yeah,
food waste.
let's fucking go. We waste so much of that
Food
shit.
waste is always going to scale with population.
Everyone except Big Soda got that one. RagePage. Everyone except Big Soda. We will give a synopsis when we get to 10, which I think might be this one. Oh, no. Question 9.
If you got
Which
a
global
landfill, you got food
environmental
waste.
agreement is credited with successfully phasing out 99% of ozone-depleting substances, allowing the ozone layer to recover? Is it A, the Paris Agreement? B, the Montreal Protocol? C, the Geneva Convention?
Montreal.
D, the Kyoto Protocol? A, B, C, or D?
I think
5,
it's Kyoto Protocol, but
4,
I'm not going with it.
3, 2,
I think you're trying to trick
1.
us.
Oh,
Damn.
I thought it was the Kyoto Protocol too. Not gonna lie to you, it is B. Teo, Big Soda, and Bradley got that one.
Canadian.
What's the
power.
Kyoto Protocol? Is that just in general global warming? I guess.
Probably something about anime and bombs.
It's definitely
It's about selling panties.
climate related.
It's about selling panties in a fucking vending machine.
The environment is a
That's the
scam.
Kyoto Protocol. All right.
The environment is
Question.
a scam, anyways.
What project launched in 2007 to combat desertification? What project launched in 2017? Or fuck me, I can't read. What project launched in 2007 to combat desertification? Created an 8,000 kilometer mosaic of trees, grasslands, and vegetation extending from Senegal to Djibouti. Is it A, the Desert Barrier Initiative? B, the Forest Belt Project? C, the Sahel Shield Program? D, the Great Green Wall?
Probably got this one wrong.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It
Oh
is
my
D,
God.
the Great Green
Dang.
Wall.
Oh,
We'll build a
Teo
great
and
green wall.
Bradley.
build that green wall, people. Build the green. It's a great green wall.
It's like what Jill
That's what I was
Stein
thinking
would
of
say
too,
if she
yeah.
was
I'm
conservative.
pretty sure I
That's
would have
true.
gotten more right if I'd guessed randomly.
Okay, speaking of RagePage, what is our standings now that we've done 10? There's 25 questions. Okay, we are. I don't know what the fraction of that is. 40% done. I think we're 40% done. We'll give RagePage some time to to fill it out. In the meantime, if you like the local trivia panel, consider donating to support your local trivia panel. Don't give money to the big corporate trivia panels. Support local trivia, okay? If you think about it. And you must.
Train whistle.
My Superman fell down.
Watch his rage pages. Okay, she's here. I was like, if she dropped off, I have not been keeping score, so we'd have to go back through the video to figure it out.
A green, your great wall.
Ooh. That's what she said.
That's what Shrek wanted to build around his swamp when all those
That's
fairy
what
tale
Dee
fucks
said.
showed up.
That's true.
That's true.
Everyone type 8 = D into chat real quick.
Okay. Wow. Craziest spelling of Teo's name I've ever seen. Teo is at the lead with 8. Bradley with 6. Kiki at 5. Big Soda at 3. And Seth with 2. Taking up the rear. Not in a gay way. In a normal way.
Leading? I'm not leading.
No, Teo is leading with 8.
Oh, Teo.
Bradley,
Okay.
You're second, yeah.
I didn't know what that word was. I thought it was like, Teho, Bradley, 8. I know what it was.
All right, this will be what we use as our
Hey.
question, the 11th. In the 1970s, what working class New York neighborhood discovered it was
Such a fun
built on
smiley
top
face.
of 21,000 tons of leaking industrial toxic waste? Is it A, 3 Mile Island, B, the Love Canal, C, the Valley of Drums, D, Stringfellow Acid Pits? That's quite the name. That's I don't want to buy a home there, actually. Sounds like a Sonic the Hedgehog level, you know, where the acid's rising. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is the Love Canal. Let's fucking go. Bradley, Big Soda, and Seth got this one.
That's what I call my asshole, the Love Canal, because it's full of sewage and waste.
All right, question the 12th. Wait, did I say? Yeah, did you get that rage page? It is. Yeah, Big Soda, Bradley, and Seth got that one right. All right, question the 12th. Which volcano erupted in April of 1815, producing the largest eruption in recorded history and causing a volcanic winter that led to the 1816 year without a summer, killing 100,000 people? Is it A, Mount Tambora, B, Mount Pele, C, Krakatoa, D, Mount Vesuvius? What's the only mountain you've heard of these? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, tricked you! It's Mount Tambora. No one got that one.
Mount Bobby Tambora?
Never heard of it personally.
No!
You know,
I had never heard of that.
killed 100,000 people though. You know, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Apparently, it's a real thing that happened. That's nuts.
Is there video
Okay,
of it?
question. Hopefully not. Well, it was in 1815 or whatever, so definitely not. Question the 13th. Located in Vietnam, what is the world's largest natural cave, featuring its own localized weather system, a subterranean river, and a flourishing sunlit jungle known as the Garden of Edam? Okay. Is it A, I don't know if that's a misspelling or if that's what it's called. A, Toulon Cave. B, Trang An Grotto. C, Hang Song Dong. Is that meant to be a pun? Hang some dong? Is that meant to be? I'm not sure. Or is it D, Dao Go Cave? If it's C, I'm fucking okay.
I don't care.
I got it
4,
wrong.
3. You can always change it to 1. It's Hang Some Dong. There's no way it's Hang Some Dong. There's no fucking way.
That's what she
I'm
said.
fact checking this.
Tron sounded like a Vietnamese name to me, so I picked that one, but I should have picked Hang
Oh my
Sung
gosh,
Dong.
Hang
My
Some
uncle
Dong
was
is
just
an
there.
actual cave. Wait, you should have got that one then.
Do you remember? This sounds like. Connie, do you remember when they did the plane crash? This is what that sounds like when the plane crashed. It was we too low. Holy fook.
Bang ding ow.
Bang ding ow, yes.
It is a real thing. It's a beautiful place. I wish I could share the screen, but it will remove the trivia. I'll have to re-add it. But Hang Some Dong is a very nice place, although it has terrible looking centipedes. So I mean,
oh yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck that. But it does look absolutely beautiful. I mean, holy shit.
I've had quite a
I'm gonna check it out.
Ever since Keelan gave me that melatonin in college.
Whoa, that sounds a little
What's
gay.
wrong with melatonin?
Oh, I thought you said melanin.
It makes me dream about the head of the math lab giving me an optimization and related rates problem involving centipedes in a very small box, which eventually exploded, sending centipedes everywhere.
Oh, that's a horrible dream.
I take melatonin all the time. I have some cool dreams.
No, it gives me fucked up dreams.
I had a dream I was in a grocery store with big black women that were fighting.
That sounds like real life to me.
I was going to say that probably actually happened, Bradley.
Yeah,
Bradley, and then they started blaming it on white people.
Weekend.
They're like saying something about white people, and I just kept walking around going, "You racist! You racist!" That's all I remember.
Right. Question the 14th. Which nation is most vulnerable to climate change due to extreme poverty, lack of infrastructure, and high exposure to droughts and floods? Is it A, Rwanda, B, Chad, C, Ghana, D, Cabo Verde? A, B, C, or D? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is Chad.
Because I don't like the name Chad.
It's only Bradley. How dare you, Bradley? But it's Bradley that gets it.
Okay, Chad.
My lead is gone.
Is Chad the closest one to the equator? Because if I could have looked up, that's what I would have Google searched. Which one is the closest to the equator and poorest, I guess.
Chad is pretty poor, unfortunately.
Yeah. What a couple.
Yeah, something about the name just happens, you know. Question the 15th. What is the name of the theory that life and the physical environment interact to regulate Earth's climate and atmosphere? Is it A, the Gaia hypothesis, B, the Medea hypothesis, C, the Malthusian cycle, or D, anthropocentrism? So we have lost somebody. Who did we lose? Is it Big Soda? I think we lost Big Soda. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is the Gaia hypothesis. And unfortunately, Big Soda was not here for that. But
oh my Gaia.
Teo and Keelan get it. The Gaia hypothesis. Wait, Bradley's in the lead, apparently. Was that from last question?
No, it can't be.
Not sure what it is now, but okay, once we get to 20, we will do another remap. Hello, Exactron.
If I win, I'm gonna go buy another nicotine vape.
I'm going to Disneyland, but I won't be going to the airports.
I've discovered nicotine makes work way fucking better.
Oh, bro, when I'm working, I like burn through like an entire pack of Zins, and it makes it so much better.
It's better when I'm in the office though, because I can't hit it in the office. So like every time I get a chunk done, I go and hit it, and then I get it feels good.
Oh yeah, see, that's a good reward thing. I just have a Nightcore playlist on the whole time, just all day Nightcore, popping Zins. Holy shit, the productivity is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Question the 16th. Following a massive Santa Barbara oil spill in 1969, what U.S. senator founded Earth Day? What? The name of the game to force environmental protection onto the national agenda. Is it A, Strom Thurmond, B, fucking Bernie Sanders, speaking of, C, A, Lord Nelson, or D, Anna Kramling? Oh, sorry, Alan Cranston. A, B, C, or D? 5, 4, 3.
I think it's Strom Thurmond, but I think
it is the Lord himself.
It's in the fucking name. The name gave it away.
I
wanted to say Al Gore.
Damn it.
It is C. Oh no, Keelan and Big Soda got that. Yeah, Keelan and Big Soda. What question was that? Question the 16th. Okay, Kirk, I see you in the back. We are doing an open panel once this is done. So
can still bounce back.
I'm
Gaylord
Nelson.
Question the 17th. Oh, I'm not covering anything. In 2021, an extensive investigation found that what company sold children's furniture made from wood linked to illegal logging in protected Siberian forests. Shame on them. Is it A, Ashley Furniture, B, Wayfair, C, Home Depot, or D, IKEA?
If it's D, I'm gonna flip my shit.
IKEA.
They were, they were selling horse meat in their meatballs, if I recall. And
Oh,
Wayfair,
really?
I think it was human trafficking. Yeah, IKEA. The Wayfair one's a joke, but IKEA actually was selling horse in their meatballs. That's true. That's true.
I'm going with IKEA.
Look that up.
Bitch.
5,
I think
4,
it's Home Depot. Son of a
3,
bitch. I don't know.
2, 1. It
Shit!
is IKEA.
Fucking IKEA, really? I thought they were more conscious about that shit because none of
They
their shit.
sold horse in their meatballs. Okay,
Hey,
IKEA
if they did that, then I fuck with horse meat because I love those meatballs.
Well, I don't know if it was in certain places, I'm not really sure, but they did do it. You can't trust the Scandinavian people. Yeah, everyone thinks they're so pretty and stuff, and they are, but like they're a sneaky bunch. Okay,
You know that's why all the boats in Norway have barcodes, right? So they can Scandinavian.
I'm Paul
Oh,
R.
that's
Nelson.
funny. I like that actually. I'll allow it, Teo. I enjoy that.
I approve.
Question 18th. What type of clouds are the dark, thick? Okay, where is this going? Low to mid-level clouds that cover the sky and produce consistent, continuous, and steady rain or snow. Is it A, altostratus, B, nimbostratus, C, cumulonimbus, or D, stratocumulus? Holy Latin. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Hang on.
1.
Please be right.
It is B, the nimbostratus. Oh, only
an
Big
easy
Soda got
one.
this one.
Children should know this.
You're a nimbo.
Yeah,
I mean, I
this
can't
one
blame
was
it because,
easy. Come on, guys.
White and
You
everything
guys don't know
white is
about
racist, so I don't
nimbostratus?
fucking
Fucking
care.
serious you.
You're a nimbo.
Question. The 19th. What is the specific term for the shape of the Earth, which is slightly flattened? Oh, I know this. At the poles and bulges at the equator due to its rotation. Is it A, a prolate spheroid, B, a perfect sphere, C, an oblate spheroid, or D, an oval geoid? Or E, an infinite flat plane that goes on forever like Minecraft, okay?
It's either C or D.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is the oblate spheroid. Yes, everyone got that except Big Soda.
Fuck you, Big Soda. Sorry,
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, everyone dunk on Big Soda.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Big Soda, more like small pop.
Whoa, that was too far.
Question the 20th. What animal living within the Chernobyl exclusion zone adapted over 35 years to survive? Is it Bradley? And thrive, even showing strengthened immune systems and developing genetic resistance to cancer? Is it A, the gray wolves, B, the Chernobyl dogs, B, the Polycia snails, D, the Eurasian elk? Is it 5?
I
Is it A,
wouldn't
B,
be
C, or D?
surprised if it was C. I wouldn't be
5,
surprised if it was C.
4,
Probably,
3,
fuck.
2, 1. It is the mighty radioactive gray wolf. Let's
Nobody got
go.
that.
No one
Nobody
got that.
got that.
I knew that one. Okay, I knew about the gray wolves. Okay.
Grey Wolf is my favorite character from Metal Gear Solid. Son of a bitch, I should have gone with that.
All right, RagePage. We are at the. We only have 5 questions
Confluence
left.
Closet Furry confirmed.
Never mind.
Look,
All right.
I mean, look at these good old boys. These wolves wouldn't harm anyone. We have to talk about wolves while we wait for RagePage to tally.
We get partial credit for B because dogs are like kind of related to wolves.
They
That
are
is-
technically the same
well, all
species.
dogs
That
are,
is
yeah.
true.
All
Yeah.
dogs come from wolves. Wolves are the.
I'm sorry, but we were looking for the most correct answer.
Yeah. I
Yes,
know.
we're looking for the most correct.
Just like my fucking professors.
Mm-hmm.
Chernobyl dogs was a dumb answer. That's stupid. Why did I say that? It's stupid.
I am a Chernobyl
Chernobyl
dog. I got that Chernobyl dog in me.
Stupid. It was a sting.
I really thought it was going to be a fungus.
Didn't you watch the fucking Netflix movie or documentary? They had to go and kill all the animals.
Who watches,
I guess I didn't. I guess I missed some.
who watches Netflix
Those
documentaries?
gray wolves. Those radioactive gray wolves, man,
They
living their
didn't
best
shoot any
lives.
wolves. They shot all the pets and shit. All the wolves, and they ran away. So that's why they survived. They weren't pets. They shot all the pets.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. I no longer think my answer was great.
Yeah.
It is RagePage here. That is the question. She is either gone completely or is furiously typing out the scores.
Or not.
Place your
straight.
bets.
Oh.
Is she here and about to type the scores, or will we have no idea who is technically winning at this very moment?
Oh, goodness gracious.
It is
I'm pretty sure I'm winning.
Bradley
All right.
holding the lead with 11.
I can
Tay
still
spelled
win.
a different way at 10. Kiki with 8. Big Soda at 6. And Seth at 4. So
I can still
Bradley
win.
is winning. Tails within striking
like
distance.
golf,
Keelan
right?
is also a striking distance. Big Soda, not. Well, it's not technically possible. Seth,
I
it's
just
not.
need to get 3 out of 5.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Seth. It's not possible for you anymore. Okay.
I'm under par. Okay, this is really good.
I think I'm happy with 6.
All right.
Six-
So we have
six
5
is a good
questions left,
number.
and then usually RagePage has a bonus question, which is worth 2 points. I'm not sure. It's a mystery
Oh.
even to me if that happened. Okay, this round. So we'll have to see. Question the 21st. What type of ecosystem is characterized by standing or still water? Is it A, limnic, B, lentic, C, benthic, or D, lotic? Lotic? A, B, C, or D? 5, 4.
I don't know this
3,
one.
2, 1. I have no idea. It is B, lentic. Sounds very bean coated.
All right.
And Seth got it.
Okay, Seth is like
on
way
his,
behind.
he's on his
so-
comeback arc.
Whoa.
Anything's possible, Seth. Don't listen to what I said to you before. Anything is possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything.
I'm
Question
gonna steal
22nd.
their points.
What? Yeah. What event in 1984, widely considered the world's worst chemical disaster, was caused by a lethal gas leak, leaving thousands dead instantly and survivors with lifelong conditions like blindness and neurological damage? I have no idea.
shit.
Is it A, I think I might know. A, the Bhopal gas tragedy. B, the Horlivka chemical accident. D, the Karlskoga gas leak. Or D, the Sevoso disaster. Why are these all freaking like Slavic pilled? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's
I
fucking
did
go.
not know it. Never mind.
Let's
It is
fucking
A.
go. Let's
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
go.
We got Teo.
I couldn't
Keelan,
answer that one right, or I'd give
and
away
Big
my.
Soda got it.
I'm coming for you, Big
Yeah.
Soda. Not in a gay way, though,
Yeah, it sounded like a gay way.
That sounded a little gay.
if you think about it.
I
Question
won't think
23rd.
about it.
How many non-biodegradable styrofoam cups enter U.S. landfills annually? Is it A, 5 million, B, 25 billion, C, 100 million, D, 15 billion?
What do you mean by non-biodegradable?
Oh
How
shit! I gotta
non-biodegradable?
change it. I gotta change it.
2, 1.
I don't care.
It is B, 25 milli. And
man.
we have a Fuentes B for some reason. And we have
You gotta overshoot it. You gotta overshoot
How
it.
non-biodegradable is
Your
non-biodegradable?
overshooting worked. And so Keelan and Big Soda get that one.
Shit.
That was such a dumb question. Why not just use all styrofoam cups?
I don't know. I didn't make the questions, okay? You know.
Well,
I'm
people
not
are
the
too
questions.
busy combining it with gas to make like improvisational napalm.
That's true.
But I mean, like,
But how many do? Oh, we only have 2 questions and 1 bonus, I think, possibly. Question 24th. With the vast majority primarily used to grow the necessary cotton, how much water is needed to produce 1 pair of jeans? It's a lot of gallons. Is it A, 50 to 100 gallons, B, 800 to 1,000 gallons, C, 1,800 to 2,000 gallons, or B, 200 to 300 gallons? Who the fuck would ever possibly know this?
Another
5,
shot in the dark here.
4,
have you never
3,
seen how it's made?
2,
It's gotta be a lot. It's a lot of water.
Hell
It is
yes.
1,800 to
Hell
2,000 gallons.
yes.
C. I like that the C's
I
on the
knew
bottom
it
of the
was a
pool.
2. I knew there was a
So
2.
that is Bradley, Teo, and Big Soda get it. Okay,
still win
20th question. Question to 25. Recycling a single aluminum can saves enough energy to power what appliance? Is it A, a television for 3 hours? This is a hard one. I wouldn't even know this one. B, a vacuum for 5 hours. C, a phone for 45 minutes. Or D, a refrigerator for 24 hours.
What
if
kind
Teo
of
actually
phone?
doesn't get this, I'm going to be very disappointed in him. I'm going to piss in his urea tank.
What kind
Okay.
of phone?
Oh, for fuck's
Phone,
sake.
a new
I'm gonna be
iPhone? What
disappointed
kind
in
of
myself
phone?
if I don't
Four.
get this.
Phone.
3, 2,
I should know this.
Different phones.
1.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Fucking-
had covered
Well,
for that. I'm
you
not
got to
sure.
think about
but
how
It's
much
such an
water should be
arbitrary
required to
measurement too.
pull
Like, what kind of fucking TV?
cathode ray, according
what
to
kind
the
of
slide.
phone?
What
Yeah,
if
is
you have
it
an electric
hard to-
saving TV, or an electric saving fridge, and a
How long
fucking
could it?
How
How
high
long
power
could it
TV?
power a vibrator? There's a lot of questions that one could have from this. How many aluminum cans? You know?
Measuring anything but the metric system, right?
Oh, I like
We
that
are
this
so
is
back.
plugged into an aluminum can. I like the
really
attention to
recycle
detail
cans.
that RagePage used in these prompts. RagePage, is there a bonus question? Because, I don't want to, otherwise we have to do drum roll. I don't want to click it in case it just jumps to the question. Oh, who got it? That's only Teo. Only Teo got that one.
We are so back.
And is there a bonus? Will the next screen tell me? Because if I click it and it's, I want to drum it up a little bit,
I hope the bonus question is about some esoteric
Okay,
knowledge that I happen to know a lot about.
Nope, it's
There
about
is a bonus
wrestling.
question. So RagePage. So before we go into the bonus, do you want to give us, the final score? Well, not the final score, the penultimate score, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, because the bonus question is worth 2 usually.
Do we?
So this-
did they
this
play the
could be a
Jeopardy
tight
theme
finish.
for the bonus?
They do not. No, and by they I mean me. And no, I do
Okay.
not.
Oh yeah, it's
It
probably
goes just as
copyrighted. My bad.
fast.
Remember,
Oh,
everyone,
yeah, that's
for a
true.
little while I was in lead. Just
That's true.
for a
that's
little
true.
while.
It's anyone's game, specifically
I'm
me
not
or
a
Big Soda's
complete
game.
tardy tard. As people think I am. I'm not. And this is proof. This is proof right here, even though I guessed at the point.
This is Bradley's finest moment.
Yes, thank you. At least someone knows. Come on now, tell me the awful truth.
Bradley, you might be able to still win this. I don't know. I mean,
Well, if we were going with
Are
the
you
bonus,
2
if it's
points?
like those
Yeah.
extra points, then yes, I could. But
yeah,
right now,
it's usually worth 2.
okay. I don't know.
So
if
we'll
that'll-
see if
I
we'll
don't-
see if you're
I
in
don't-
striking distance or not. I don't know if Seth. I don't want to. I don't.
think so.
I'm just gonna tell you how it is. Tell you how. Yeah, I'm gonna tell it like it is. I don't think you're within striking distance. Keelan. Oh, we're going in some weird Big Soda order. I will fix it.
fuck yeah.
Teo has
We
the
are
lead
so
with
back.
13. Bradley is in striking distance to
Oh,
win. If he
is
gets it right,
Bradley
Teo gets
gets
it
it right?
wrong with
Oh.
12. Keelan and Big
shit.
Soda are tied at 9, and Seth taking up the back again in a normal way with 5. Okay, so I guess it's between Bradley and Teo on this one. Okay, holy shit. And there's no possibility of a tie, based on how numbers work and shit, if you think about it.
I
No,
got
all right, here we go.
Hold on, my old score was 8, and I got more than 1 right. That
Oh
round.
fuck!
Wait, RagePage, you're being accused
Brain.
of not let me scroll up. Yeah, Keelan's old score was 8. RagePage, this is why you should be on the panel. Did you not count one of Keelan's points? I'm not sure.
I'll just give him the extra point.
He can't win
Whoa,
anyway.
wait,
RagePage has revised.
wait, let
it
me
to
get-
10. I
let me
don't
get
know
an
if she
extra
actually
point.
knows that, or if she's trusting Keelan. I'm not sure, but impossible to beat Teo right now.
Hey, I want an extra point.
Brain.
Big Soda can have an extra point too. Impossible to beat Teo still. It's
No, I trust-
Bradley versus Teo in the final round. Bonus question, and it is worth 2 points. All right, is everyone prepared? Let's
Please
get
not
into
sports. Please
I was
not sports.
prepared.
It's a sports question. It's like,
Oh,
No!
what
Oh!
igneous rock? Oh, this is right up Teo's alley. Unfortunately, is formed from frothy, gas-rich lava that cools so rapidly it traps air
I know
bubbles,
this one.
allowing the rock to float on water. Yes, pretty
If I
easy
get-
bonus question. RagePage. Is
if
it
I
A,
get this wrong, I
Idiot.
commit seppuku in front of my geologist mother.
B, bath salts? C, or D,
Sorry,
Cinder.
GG guys. GG guys.
Is it A?
It's one of the
B,
two.
C, or
All my
D?
video games say it's this thing.
5,
All my video
4,
games say it's
3,
this. It has to be
2,
true.
1.
Yeah.
It is Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Guys, geology for the
Theo
win.
got that one. I thought that would be an easy one.
GG guys.
Is that the stuff you chip or you dip chips in?
My mother actually
thinking
demonstrated
of
that to me
Hamas.
when I was a child.
Oh,
Kind of
oh,
from
sorry.
memory. I was like, how the
My
fuck do
bad,
rocks
my
float
bad,
on
that
water?
It's made out of chi beans.
Yeah.
And so the winner is
It's mostly
Open
air.
Trivia Night. Bradley, can you give us a whistle? It is Teo.
Del Sol.
There we go. Beautiful whistle. Beautiful game. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong button. Happy Earth Day, everybody. And K2 with the bonus question. Times the
Oh
point.
damn! I can't compete with that.
Whose Earth Day was it yesterday? You know,
Someone.
it was someone. It was
Someone.
who shall not be named. You know,
Oprah. Hitler.
Oprah Winfrey. Yes, Bradley, you get it. You were the
Oh.
winner of the trivia night.
Actually, I do know it. I do know it.
Sorry, I just wanted to win.
That's JFK.
Can you full screen me
If I must.
and then take the comment down?
What are you about to do? What chicanery are you about to pull? Oh, that's true. It was Avery's birthday yesterday.
All right.
Avery,
well, I guess-
our half gay panelist. If you know him, you know him. Okay. It was his
So
birthday as well yesterday.
That means I get more points and I beat Keelan. That's all that matters.
No!
It's a good day.
Man, Teo, you win an emote of your choice, although I still haven't put up Anson's emote yet, and a permanent Discord role identifying you as a trivia winner. Okay. Crazy
Did I come in
times.
second?
You must have. Yeah, you must have.
And I came in third.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the
Yeah.
final standings? Well, yeah. It would
Whoever
be, it would
came
be
in last
Teo,
has to eat the cookie.
Teo at 15, Bradley at 12, Keelan at 10, I think, Big Soda at 9, and Seth at 5.
Yes,
That's
that
not
means
fair. I got the birthday question right.
You did get the birthday question right, and it was worth 5 times the points.
No.
You
So I win.
Teo.
I win.
Still, no, because Teo got it. So Teo's at 15. So even with the bonus question, you would be at 14.
No,
Oh, no!
I don't mind losing to Teo.
Woo.
Welcome, K2.
Wait.
Welcome.
No, I didn't
Rewind
say
it.
Boy.
That's bullshit.
Did either of them use a capital C or a lowercase c? Because whoever
I
used the
used
smaller
lowercase c.
answer is more accurate.
Yeah.
You know, it's like smaller
And
bullet.
I used lowercase
That's
c.
right. That's
Big-
what I did. I didn't capitalize shit.
Big Soda wins the bonus question.
Thank you.
Owner question.
All right.
It was a trick question. I knew it.
I'll be
just
back.
have
I gotta go buy that nicotine vape I said I would, and I gotta call my mom so she can be proud of me.
Yes,
Okay.
you should. Yeah. Tell her to subscribe to the channel as per usual.
Super chat, maybe.
Good to see you. Congratulations, Teo, on your victory.
Thank you. I'll be back later.
Alrighty.
See you, buddy.
We're now moving into the open panel portion. If anyone has to step down, I will
All right.
understand.
I
Otherwise,
have to
welcome.
step
I was curious, Confluence, if you ever plan on doing.
Wait. Bradley might be leaving. Bradley, are you leaving?
Yes, I gotta get out of here. But it's a thank you for my second place or whatever the other person says because they won the birthday. Whatever.
You did
But
well,
I'm
Bradley.
the smartest man alive. Thank you. This is a great night. I love the.
Good
Glad
night.
you could join us, Bradley.
Take care. Glad you could join us.
Oh,
So that means Big Soda is the actual winner now.
That is true. I am the.
Out of the people currently left, yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
if
But
we
so-
recounted it now and removed the people that are no longer here.
I was curious if you ever plan on doing an economics themed night.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully not.
What would we
Hopefully
play?
not.
How would we keep it entertaining? for Brad?
Monopoly. We should play Monopoly.
I mean, we could. That would actually be a great answer.
Yeah, that's probably the most acceptable economic.
Well,
game
you know
right
what
now would be
happens in
amusing.
Monopoly, right? Eventually, everybody gets pissed off and tries to kill each other
And they blame the banks.
and blame the banks. I mean, we should blame the
Blame the
government for
banks.
inflation, but you know.
Oh, it's Alex who dodged the trivia, but he's here
Wow.
Well, so my perspective.
Alex.
The reason that I was thinking this is because I was recently watching an interview between Jordan Peterson and an Austrian economist named Robert Murphy, and they were talking about how various concepts in economics. And I was thinking maybe like you could have a debate about like the capitalism versus socialism, like because I know you're into politics, and so perhaps a capitalism versus socialism debate would be productive for the community.
No.
You have to find
well,
No.
Well,
What do you think about that, Keelan?
we got a super chat from the trivia winner. He says, "Get out of here, Anson. Get out of here." Anson is unfortunately not here technically, but you know, Anson, get out of here. Thank you, Teo, for the $10. Appreciate it. Of course, Teo was always going to win the freaking Earth one. I mean, I would just see that coming. He shows up for the one thing that he knows a lot about. Okay, well, two things: yo-yo spinning and Earth. Okay, specifically rocks, which was the bonus question, which is crazy. Thank you, Rage. RagePage is going to walk her dogs. Thank you, RagePage, for the incredible trivia. Great questions, beautifully put together.
That's a lie. She's probably going to Speakeasy.
I loved it.
That's probably true. I've been catching her. I've been catching her in the chat.
The dogs. Yeah, I've seen her on Speakeasy, and then she's like, "This is so much better than Confluence's panel." I'm like, "Really? That's what you're saying over there?"
Yeah, okay.
That's what I do.
how it is.
That's what I do whenever you rate us anywhere. That's what I do when you rate us anywhere.
What would
Terrible
the
times.
actual debate be?
The capitalism versus socialism.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would just, if it was involving members of this panel, it would just end up with people talking past each other.
So my perspective is that capitalism is more effective than socialism because of the fact that what prices do is they signify the subjective evaluation of consumers to producers. So it tells producers where to allocate resources based off of what consumers demand.
What does that have to do with capitalism?
Because what capitalism...
I think the discussion would fall to like,
supply and demand.
Why is the production under capitalism better than the production under socialism? And it'd be more of a discussion about what is actually good.
You know, I will briefly use this opportunity to plug, okay? You know who is doing a whole thing on socialism and who has recently read Das Kapital is Glacier. I don't know when she's doing it, but you should all drop her a subscribe. She is a new streamer that just has started streaming, okay?
Is that your girlfriend?
That's Confluence's future girlfriend once he gets a car.
Okay.
Once he gets a car.
Cool. She has actually read the material and she's either doing a debate or a panel on it. I'm not sure which one, but drop her a sub and find out. I think it might be tomorrow. I want to say it's tomorrow, but I don't want to give the wrong time. But yeah, subscribe to her channel. She's cool.
I told you would like her.
I do like her. She's fun to talk to. We talked about socialism, actually. Okay.
I told you.
And the thing I find difficult about most economic theories is they're all doing emotional pleading, right? The easiest way I've found to separate it all is socialism is supply-centric by its own doctrine, right? Like that's how they centralize control. And communism is on the demand side, which is why they're mostly about the propaganda and idealism to control the individual demand.
I'm sorry, Seth, but it's just painfully obvious that you haven't read anything about capitalism or socialism.
Yeah, I thought that was Kirk talking.
Wait, have you guys been hearing me?
I've read quite a bit about both
capitalism
and socialism.
Oh, you're done with that?
No, you guys all
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Seth. Seth, what you just said leads me to believe that you've never read anything about capitalism or social. Like you don't know what communism is.
I have an infographic for this.
I don't think you know what an onside kick is.
What is?
Infographic?
They got rid of that since the new kickoff rule.
Big soda. This is the first and last time I'll ever say this to you. You son of a bitch.
Your face is a son of a bitch.
So how about those
Don't
Bears,
you know,
guys,
stateless,
and the Steelers?
Cashless society, okay?
So how about the Bears and the Steelers, guys?
I like the Steelers. The Bears, they're pretty good too.
Talk about the economy, unironically, which is crazy. A crazy thing to say.
The city isn't doing too good.
Okay, so let's say communism does mean you have a moneyless society, then how will producers know where they should produce the goods? Because they won't know what consumers want.
They just gotta check the graph.
Guns and ammo.
The graph is determined by market mechanisms.
That is the I don't really know how I'm hoping that when they say the stateless part that's kind of like a meme, because I don't know how you would. Yeah, I actually don't have a good answer to your question. Maybe Keelan does, because if there's no state to like tell, there's no supply and demand, and there's no state to kind of direct things. I think that's why a lot of these communist places, like Mao,
communism
like
divides
Mao's
it by
China
class.
Well, you got to delete a whole bunch of people.
When you look at societies that have tried to do communism, right? They have to be top down.
Capitalism is the only one that
because
does
otherwise,
do class.
how would you know how to direct things?
So I mean,
Exactly, and that's a contradiction.
Being dead ass right now. I haven't finished Capital. I just started reading it. I haven't finished it. I've been going through it, focusing on other things though. This question is very difficult to answer for anyone who hasn't like gone into the theory of communism, which I haven't. So we'd need someone who's actually like read up on that.
Okay,
yeah,
I think Keelan wants to get Mel the Fox. I think he's an expert.
There's not much to it, dude. Most of it's just making emotional appeals, and then they have this idea of the state demand.
You're totally wrong. It's like unbelievable. Oh my god.
It's totalitarian state demand masked as individual rights on the label. Like,
if Melanie could have the chance to speak on the panel, she might be able to talk about it.
But she ruined that chance, or he ruined that chance. Damn it!
No, not Mel.
Well, I'm talking about my friend
Hispanic Mel.
Oh, Hispanic.
Oh, Emmett's woman.
Yeah. Emmett's future wife.
I also
because she's actually a member of a
communism.
She's actually a member of a communist party in Argentina, so she reads that type of thing.
I also have good news, Confluence. I talked it out, and apparently I managed to get. Apparently, my insurance is going to be able to copay me seeing a therapist soon, so I'll be able to see a therapist.
I thought you were about to say something way worse than that. I thought you were about to say something totally different. That's good. I'm happy for you, Kirk.
Yeah, and I hope the therapist is accepting of people with autism and people with my kind of mental obstacles.
I hope so too. You got
if they're not, you should go to a different therapist. Like,
yeah, don't be afraid to shop around if you can. I don't know how your insurance.
You should hire Confluence as a therapist.
If a therapist is shitty or you're not vibing with them, find a different one. It's hard to find a good therapist, but therapist.
Yeah, every time a therapist says I should check myself in, I just get another therapist.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting you say therapy is good, because haven't you referenced like Foucault in the past, and I thought his whole thing was being anti-therapy.
Wait, I don't like. I've referenced Foucault. I don't like Foucault. I don't like Foucault at all. But yeah. But
or here's another option. Or you can drown your sorrows away like every other American in alcohol.
Well, technically I'm 18, so I'm not allowed to.
You can find ways.
I'll be interested to hear what your experience with therapy is, because I went to a therapist once and I felt like they weren't, how do I say, as intelligent as I was, so I didn't go back.
That checks out.
I think it's very difficult to find a good therapist.
He probably did know what an onside kick was, though.
I think that's a problem, and I think therapy can be very bad if it's by a bad therapist, and I think it's hard to find a good therapist, unfortunately. But I think if you can find a good therapist, then I think
Hold
it's
on.
good.
Since we're speaking of that, how come in Canadian football, if they miss the field goal, they get 1 extra point?
for participation.
Big
The
Soda.
players play hard.
Big Soda knows exactly
Yeah.
how to trigger a
I think if it has to go past a certain line. No, not safety. No, they go. That's how that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
after
the
flank or
flanker.
something.
They missed the field goal if it goes over a certain line, and then they count it as an extra point.
If it goes,
Is Canadian football rugby?
No,
I know. The only thing I know is that in the CFL you have like less downs or whatever. You get like 3 downs instead of 4,
and you get one extra player.
Oh, yeah. It's called a single or a rouge. On a missed field goal, the kicking team gets 1 point if the ball goes into the end zone and isn't returned out, or it goes through the end zone or out of bounds in the end zone. That's weird.
What the fuck?
How do you go out of bounds in the end zone?
By going at the back of it.
Or
Like,
I guess out to the side if if you were close enough and it went like diagonally, but through the end zone, but then out the side.
Don't they got the field goal like in rugby though? Like it's right in the middle of the end zone.
Yeah, Canadian football sucks. That's why all the bad American players go there.
That's why all the sucky ones that don't get
Types of
drafted.
football suck. Okay.
No, there's
I
only one football
agree with that. It is boring.
I'm not
Football
a
is just a
sports.
terrible
I'm not a
sport to
sports person, but if someone likes to watch football, I mean that's their prerogative.
Yeah,
No, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Mm-mm.
We were driving home. I forget the year, but it was the Packers versus the Cardinals in the playoffs. And the fourth quarter was about to end. Packers were down, and we're like, Packers are going to lose. And I'm like, no. To my mom's fiance, I'm like, no. Aaron Rodgers is about to score a touchdown. And it fucking happened. I don't want to talk about what happened after that, but
yeah,
that was electric.
If you want to trigger Keelan, just talk about how good the Bears or the Steelers are.
They haven't been good since 1985.
They were good this year, Keelan.
No. They had one of
just
the
don't ever
easiest
mention the
schedules in the
Colorado
NFL.
Avalanche. Just don't ever do that.
That used to be my favorite team when I was a wee lad.
Yeah, checks out.
Fuck you.
I loved Patrick Waugh so much. Okay.
You know what was funny? When Shanahan stopped him at center ice while McCarty was beating Lemieux's ass.
You know what I like about Ohio? They have no good professional sports teams.
I can agree with that, except for the Toledo Walleye, which is minor. And the
Yeah, I mean, I guess it
the
depends
Columbus
on
Blue
how we
Jackets
define-
suck.
How are we
Columbus
defining
Blue Jackets
good?
sucks.
'Cause
They
Cincinnati
don't
Bengals are
even
pretty
get
good.
above. Once they get to Bowling
The
Green,
Bengals
they don't air.
cannon.
They don't air.
No, they are a glass
Columbus
cannon.
Blue
Yeah,
Jackets.
Confluence
yeah,
has to pee, and when he comes back, the sports talk has got to be done. Okay, you can talk about
Guys, let's double down. Let's double down.
Because I mean,
Hey, you
we've
got-
seen
you need
that
5
this year.
minutes.
We've seen the Bengals with no defense and no Joe Burrow. Fucking stop.
I could agree. The Cleveland
it sucks that
Cleveland Indians need to make a comeback.
It sucks that the Packers beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl like that, because otherwise they're two very similar teams.
I don't know. I think. I mean, to be fair, like that win or the win in the Super Bowl, y'all beat our best offense.
Uh-oh.
I like trains.
But you know what? Guess who had a perfect losing record? The Cleveland Browns.
You blame the Cleveland part or the Browns? Or are they just not?
I don't know. I don't claim any
work
of them.
well
I don't
together?
watch football. I think it's slow. I think it explains that Cleveland's the asshole of Ohio. Yes. It makes perfect sense.
That would explain the Cleveland Steamer.
Well, actually, that should go to Arkansas. But it's close by
Soda.
there. It's close by there.
No, he's gone. Did anyone read? So, one of the Palantir founders or CEOs or whatever wrote like a 300-some page book a while ago, and then they just recently summarized that, probably using AI, on X, and now everyone's out of their effing minds because they're like, these guys are techno-fascists. And if you read what they wrote, That's hard to deny.
I mean, there was a girl who went to jail for 15 years for making fun of Net and Yahoo. Net and Yahoo.
It's genuinely like one of the worst things I've seen come out of such a large company.
How big is the summary?
It's only like 20 some points or something like that. 22 points.
All right, let's go.
And one of them is saying that some cultures are inferior to others, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean, no, straight up. I mean, that's the whole point of like fucking.
Is that wrong? I mean, inferior in what way? I guess inferior in some
ways.
Yeah, I mean, you can read their 300-page book. That's gonna say other bad things, but then you'd have to give them money for it.
Okay, we're just gonna read. And
all of
that's enough.
Yeah, the shit it says about war is insane.
The country that made
Silicon Valley owes a moral debt to the country that made its rise possible. Okay, I agree with that.
Tyranny of the app.
I agree. How much of a techno or what did you say? Yeah, techno fascist am I? We must rebel against the tyranny of the apps. That's true. Okay, so far so good. Free email is not enough. I don't know what that means. The decadence of a culture, civilization, and the ruling class will be forgiven only if that culture is capable of delivering economic growth. I don't really get what
remove ads from YouTube.
Is it just saying like it's okay?
So,
I guess.
So scroll up to the first point again. It's very interesting, like how they go about this, because the first one, it's almost easy to agree with until it says obligation to participate in the defense of the nation. Like that part is like, wait, what do you want? What type of weapons do you want them to make for you? But
yeah, that's a little the defense of the
Silicon Valley, like the statement Silicon Valley owes a moral
I
debt
would not be mad if an AI went rogue and disabled all the nukes.
That's just true of any large group.
I read an article where
we must rebel against the tyranny of the apps. Is the iPhone
let's
our
go
greatest?
one by one.
Yeah, this tyranny of the apps thing is just like batshit crazy. Like they just put it in here to sound like a tech company, so we can just skip that one. It doesn't mean anything.
Is the iPhone our greatest creative, if not crowning achievement as a civilization? Okay, that's crazy. Okay, free email is not enough. What is? I don't really know. Is it? I guess it's just saying we need to do more. Is that all this is really reduced to? Like it's not enough to give people these free software and stuff.
I'm gonna stick with Yahoo.
This one's almost like slightly commie coded if you think about it, right? Because it's like deliver economic growth and security for the public.
The United States Postal Service is a monopoly, right? Like they have special task forces armed to the gills to protect their position of being the only person allowed to send and receive letters. And
well, hold on. There's ways around it. There's ways around it. If it's important, you can get around it.
You can use.
Yeah, but if you abuse it, they will
letter
get you.
Mail, they have like stuff. But yeah, you can send a letter with like FedEx or UPS or whatever.
So it gets progressively worse if we go to 4.
Okay, 4. The limits of soft power of soaring rhetoric alone have been exposed. The ability of free and democratic societies to prevail requires something more than moral appeal. It requires hard power, and hard power in this century will be built on software. Okay.
That's stupid as fuck.
This does sound a little weapons coded again, perhaps.
But it's kind of
individuals can circumvent this software.
Yeah, like these points kind of, it's like a large Venn diagram of 22 overlapping circles, because that statement alone, I know they have a 300-page book, whatever, read the book. Don't read the book, actually. Don't give these people money because they're pieces of shit. But like, what do they mean by it is built on software? Are we talking AI weapons systems?
This is why I'm voting for Casey.
What would you rather have in a gunfight, a drone or a shotgun?
I don't know what else it would exactly
Well,
mean.
actually, they make a special round for your AR now that can take down a drone that's better than the shotgun.
I am curious.
Yeah.
Grantham did that video.
Sorry, I was
used
going
to have
for
a positive view of Peter Thiel, but I feel like I've shifted. I feel like he's getting a little crazy.
I was gone for a
probably
second.
always been crazy.
Who posted this?
So are you.
That's his Palantir summary of their book.
The worst
with
company in America
22
right now.
points.
Amazon's up there.
Right.
Amazon's up there.
Isn't Palantir the?
It's Peter Thiel's software company.
Palantir is like they want to be 1984 so bad. They want to be 1984 so bad.
They all want to spy on you. They got Blue Jays that are like, you say anything anti-Semitic, we're gonna know with Google Mail and all that, and we're gonna follow you and let everybody know about you.
5. Let's see how bad 5 is.
All right, 5. The question is not whether AI weapons will be built. It is who will build them and for what purpose. Our adversaries will not pause to indulge in theatrical debates about the merits of developing technologies with critical military and national security applications. They will proceed. I mean, that is true, though.
That's the first thing a terrorist would do.
That is true. Like, do you disagree with that? Like, I understand the direction it's probably leading in, but this point by itself, it is true.
I think
AI weapons will be built, and there is people that will build them in the world, right?
I understand people saying this, but they say it as though we are incapable of talking to each other.
I mean,
this entire list is like diplomacy has failed before we've even tried it.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm black-pilled.
The reason this list exists is because we have committed genocides.
I don't know. Like, think about like not to segue. I really don't want to segue into this, but just even think about like Russia, Ukraine. I mean, we had the Democrats try, we had the Republicans try, we had all of Europe try. It's like, it's not like diplomacy is like working there, right? It's like Russia is still going to develop. Like, even if we just look at Russia, they're still going to develop their stuff. They have their own interests. Negotiations have not been successful, right, from all parts of the world, right? So it's like, there's always going to be some. We're not getting into it. We're not getting into it. I'm just saying, boots on the ground reality is that all these countries have tried to negotiate with Russia. It's not working, and so I don't know. Like,
well, to be fair, the Western world did fuck with Russia, but with George Soros
as leverage.
We're not getting into the Ukraine. I'm just saying it as an example. It doesn't matter who started. I'm not doing that bullshit.
Ukraine is such a subject for me.
You can't have this as an example because it's way more complicated than just saying that diplomacy failed.
Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what side everyone's on and where they stand. The point is that like all these nations have tried.
Only needs to fail once.
There's fundamentally different points of view. I mean, even as people are chirping in, right, shows, it's like try talking to a pro-Russia person and try to convince them of the Ukraine side, or try to talk to a pro-Ukraine side and convince them of the Russia side. It's not like it's not happening, even on like a individual level, let alone like a nation level. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the war's been going on for a long time, and like no one can even come to a modicum of agreement.
Henry Kissinger, he would solve this, but he did.
So like maybe in the future, I don't know. I'm not trying to be black-pilled,
but you have to think like we're thinking in this argument. We're saying we're going to go forward and build more weapons because we can't conceive of a future where diplomacy will work. So we think that military might is the only thing that will work in the future. But we're not thinking, how can we use these tools to make diplomacy better?
It's not about will military might work. It's military might will be used.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, I guess, yeah, like, because I guess like in the far-flung future, perhaps, but in the next 5-10 years, right? Are we that confident that we can have no global enemies at all? Or are we thinking that China and Russia and all these places are going to be going forward with AI weapon systems, and we are not if we don't do that, right? Like I agree with you, Keelan, in the long term, but in like the next 5 years, let's say, if we don't, I don't want to say put on the gas because like I understand how that sounds, but like there is that weird like I guess a literal arms race, right? Like that's the thing about arms races. If you put on the brakes first, then the other guy wins the arms race. Right? I don't know how else to really like see it in the short term. I get that long term.
Starting all over again.
Right, and I don't know how to really avoid that, because if the U.S. was like, you know what, we shouldn't pursue this AI weapon stuff, we should just stop. Do we actually think right now, in 5 years, if we stop, that all the other nations will stop alongside us? You know.
So I wish I could be in on those conversations at the high levels of government that are like talking about how we talk to China and Ukraine and Russia and all these distant countries that we view as enemies. Do we actually understand where they're coming from? Or do we only know our own American perspective? Because when they feed it to the American people, it is only the American perspective. They don't give anything to like, maybe the Iranians have a reason to be pissed off at us.
I would agree.
They don't.
I'll
And
give
then
you
the reason
this.
why everyone's anti-Russia is because all the boomers.
With Iran, I feel like I can grant that like, yeah, there's like a lot of shit going on, and I understand the culture is so different. With Russia, I am exposed. I mean, this panel is exposed constantly to people that are pro-Russia, giving Russia's side, straight from the Kremlin, straight from Russia Today. Right? We are not unfamiliar with Russia's points. Right? Like Putin had his whole interview with Tucker Carlson. Right? Like with Iran, I get that it's so disconnected. There's language barriers, culture barriers. I don't think Russia's in the same category. I think there's enough pro-Russia people, conservatives, the Tenet media scandal, all that stuff. Like we are inundated with like pro-Russia stuff, exactly what their perspective is. So in that example, I don't think we do have like a complete lack of like what Russia thinks, you know?
And
we hear it all the
generally,
time.
like the Iran situation, I feel, is generally, unless you're a neoliberal, we shouldn't be in Ukraine, right?
We're not in Ukraine.
Well, we're giving them arms and stuff.
No, we're going through some convoluted means to choke them out. Japan actually has done more directly for Ukraine when they gave them the new anti-drone stuff. As soon as spring hit, that's
I think that's crazy. You're saying you have to be a neoliberal to want a total war situation where a nation is being invaded, to want to like help them defend themselves. You have to be a neoliberal.
That's not what I'm saying. Neoliberals, a group of people, are usually the ones to defend us helping Ukraine against Russia.
Okay.
And that is part of the neoliberal, what I assume is their philosophy, where they're like, we want to increase American power through these underhanded ways rather than direct confrontations.
Yeah, the Biden administration was about
neoliberal is like a pejorative, right? Though, Keelan, just to be clear, like no, besides Tyler, like no one is calling themselves a neoliberal, right?
Well, I'd say, like, you're gonna hate me for this. The entirety of U.S. politics exists within neoliberalism currently.
Sure, but I guess I'm just pointing out it's a pejorative term that, like you even said, is so broad that you can kind of just call, everybody that. But it's not like there's people out there that are like, I'm a neoliberal,
Yeah, I mean, it's broad from the point of view of within the United States.
You call yourself a neocon.
Yeah, I think neoconservative is a little different. I mean, even that is probably a pejorative, to be honest with you. But
is there no one that calls himself a neoliberal?
I don't.
Would you go that far?
I think does.
Is it always a pejorative? Because I mean, I think I agree with you.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Just compare those two terms.
I thought it was more of a popular term from like late 90s, early 2000s. And it just kind of
it seems a bit mixed. Okay. So neoliberalism is a political and economic ideology that advocates for free market capitalism, which became dominant in policymaking from the late 20th century onward. The term has multiple competing definitions and is most often used pejoratively.
Yeah.
So I guess not all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's
that you should support free market capitalism. I support free market capitalism, so I'm a neoliberal.
I know that's a weird. Yeah, that's a weird definition.
I would say
let's say the term is multiple competing definitions, because that's not what I think of when I think of neoliberal. It's just you support free market capitalism.
So when I say neoliberal, I'm usually referring to people who support neo-colonialism, like U.S. imperialism by other names, and
don't threaten me with a good time, Keelan.
globalism, I just say is the same at this point currently as
How dare I'm an
colonialism.
anti-globalist. I hate globalism.
You
Klaus
are a
Strauss?
globalist. You are.
I am not. No, Kirk asked me who the worst
You
Jewish
are a
person was,
neocon.
and I said George Soros. It's probably what I just said his name. I can't say it now. Klaus Strauss, the fucking
What?
WEF people, the
Didn't
World
he die?
Economic Forum, the Davos. Oh, I almost said I hope so, but I actually wouldn't mean that. Although I do
Yeah,
hate
I mean,
him so
I'm being
much.
I'm being
I
overly
don't think he
broad,
died.
painting
He
people.
didn't
with
die.
globalist
Did he
brush.
step down?
Maybe. I thought
He
he's
was
still the
talking too
chairman.
much.
I feel like
Wait,
there's
just
a
to clarify, I
creepy,
looked it
skinny,
up.
tall
No,
guy
he's
now.
no, he is still alive, and I think he's still. Yeah, he's still. Wait, no, he's
Klaus
the is
Schwab
he still the
isn't
chairman?
Jewish. Klaus Schwab isn't Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
But like, what else should
I
I
think
call
we
these
know.
people? Well, I can't just say
Boy,
Democrats and Republicans because then people will be like, well, who do you agree with?
Yeah, he moved from
Yeah.
Switzerland to Oh wait, no, he moved to Switzerland. His parents moved. Maybe he's not.
Yeah,
No,
okay, here we go.
he's Jewish.
Officially
He's
resigned
Jewish.
as executive chairman and from the board of trustees in April 2025 after 55 years. Because it was
Keelan,
a
you
weird
can't say I'm
skinny
a-
guy
When
now.
I say globalist, I'm thinking of these people, the people that say you will own nothing and be happy, the people that have the whole WF has that whole thing about how many articles of clothing you ideally are allowed to buy, how often you can travel,
That's
how much
different.
you
That's
can leave
different
your
from how
micro
globalism
city.
has occurred. That's different
It
from how
all started
globalism has
with
occurred
Woodrow
within the United
Wilson.
States. Because Bill Clinton was
Woodrow
a huge
Wilson.
proponent of globalism, but he didn't
I
do
hate
any
Bill
of
Gates.
Bill
I
Clinton.
hate Bill Gates so much. Oh, Bill Clinton. Sorry, I hate
Yeah,
Bill Gates. Bill Gates
Bill
is a
Clinton-
globalist.
He can,
I
he
can't
can
stay-
play the
globalist is
sax,
if I
though.
picked one target, like if I was going to be like Maryland with the Jews, I would be picking the globalist. I am not a globalist, at least not how I'm defining globalism. Okay, globalism I think is the
I think
cancer of the earth.
You're defining globalism differently from how it's used in
You-
practice.
Islam is globalist. I think it's half the problem. I think the root
I mean,
of
globalism is
Islam
probably a
is
vague.
No, the
term,
globalists
right?
just use them to get rid of.
But the
We're
problem that
literally
Islam
not
poses
talking
is
about
I
it
thought,
does
uh,
some weird identity
okay,
layering,
Keelan, look
so
at
it
this.
becomes
This is
hard
just
to
a- this is just-
communicate with nationalists.
This is just Google's definition, but a political ideology and policy approach prioritizing global cooperation, open borders, and transnational solutions to issues like climate change. It favors free trade, international agreements, and interconnectedness over national sovereignty. This is terrible. I'm not a globalist. Under this definition,
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
a globalist
fucking
either.
anti-globalist.
Yeah, I'm a huge
So-
fan of globalism as it's defined. I'm not a huge fan of how it is as it's used.
To give Keelan a
Read this,
little
Keelan, and you're like, yes, this is good. You like this.
to
Yeah, this,
Stillman Keelan, there are a lot of people who
that's
self-identify,
crazy.
or I guess, who are mainstream liberal and people like neocons and mainstream Republicans, or more of the establishment Republicans, that do favor a lot of globalist policies.
yeah, you tell me this definition, prioritizing global cooperation, open borders, and transnational solutions to issues like climate change.
That's why I'm voting for Casey
Don't
Bush.
threaten me with a fucking good time.
Interconnectedness over national sovereignty?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, to be fair,
so you want
look at our
you want a one world government. You actually
I want no government. I want no government.
he has said that.
Okay. You want the new world order, don't you, Keelan? That's what you freaking want. See, that's
I am not. I'm not that big of a
Hulk
wrestler
Hogan.
fan.
You're NWO
He wants
coded,
Hulk.
that's fine. But
What did you just say to me, brother?
I am not that.
What did you just say to me, brother? I like Macho Man more though, because he's like, well, I was out there, I had the big boss man pinned on the mat, and then Hulk Hogan walks out, hot dogging, and I can't do the whole thing. That's great. And he has the cream of the crop, and he's always like throwing cream packets.
Some of those wrestling lines were pretty gay sounded.
Okay, back to the Palantir though. Back to the Palantir.
That's one of the
I'm
good
interested
things
in this
about it,
now.
though, K2.
Oh, I'm
National-
gonna get.
We're back to Palantir. National service should be a universal duty. We should, as a society, seriously consider moving away from an all-volunteer force and only fight the next war if everyone shares in the risk and the cost. So is this like mandatory military? Is this?
I heard they upped
Yeah, I
their
guess so. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this would be like being like Israel, I guess, right? What other way to read this? Because we should move away from being an all volunteer force. So like, yeah, mandatory military service, right? Is that what you get from this, Keelan? How else would you take this?
This one I read, and I'm like, this is stupid. We have 350 million people almost at this point. We do not need an army that big.
No, yeah, I don't know. Although a lot of conservatives, I think Mo, for example, I'm not sure exactly, but I think Mo might be one person that supports doing that. I mean, I can't remember if you did, Big Soda. There were people that were saying that even to vote, that you should have mandatory military service or volunteer for the government for like years or something. I got into a whole fight on that on the panel once.
Well, I don't know if we got into it over it, but I did say like some type of service to the government that doesn't necessarily have to be military.
To get the vote.
Yeah,
you have to do mandatory military service or some type of government service or whatever.
Yeah. There has to be some duty to for the right, I guess.
Yeah,
universal health care if you complete a labor contract.
I'm so against the idea that everyone should join the military, like for a war. I think if we had everyone take like maybe a year or two of their life where they're working for the public, don't call it working for the government, you're working for the public to build roads or whatever, that's different from and better than joining the military so that you can learn how to kill people efficiently.
Yeah, but that's
that's not the military's only job.
This specifically says to fight the next war. That's why I'm saying this, is because it says to fight.
That specifically, yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's definitely Blue Jay coded.
The 7th.
So they don't have
If
to
the
send
U.S.
them.
Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it. And the same goes for software. Okay. We should, as a country, be capable of continuing a debate about the appropriateness of military action abroad while remaining unflinching.
You know you can
to
beat
those who
thermal
harass
by
us
using
into
a rug
harm's way.
or an umbrella.
I have seen those videos. Yeah.
So that's why the Afghanis were.
What about if a citizen asks for their
So
kid
how
to
are
get
you not a
bulletproof
globalist?
backpack?
Explain that to me.
Under the definition I just pulled up, okay, because Keelan agrees with this definition, and I vehemently do.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh, really?
I specifically said I
Why
do
are
not
you putting
agree with
words
this
in
definition.
Keelan's mouth, Confluence?
Wait, no.
So
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Keelan said that
Just
if
because
this
he tried
were
to cancel
globalism,
You agree with the
if
Reddit
this were
definition?
globalism, he would agree with this. That's what you said, right, Keelan?
Okay, wait.
Would you
Prioritizing
agree with
global
this
cooperation. Okay, you might. So there may be like things in there, like you might not be an open borders guy, but you support Israel, and they believe in us having open borders.
Name a single point of this that I agree with. There's not a single point.
Well, you
on
support
this
people
issue
who
that I
agree with it, and okay. So then why? So then we should just cut ties.
You sound like
we should cut
Kirk,
ties.
Mo.
We should cut ties with Israel then, right?
Because you're literally like Kirk.
So
when
are
he's
you a
like,
nationalist?
with that?
What do you like Nietzsche?
Are
when
you a
he just says
nationalist?
bad
Are you a
things about
nationalist?
Christianity?
Are you a nationalist?
Nationalism's not a bad word.
Yeah, I mean it depends how it's defined. I mean,
just like in
depends.
let's
It
say
is
the most favorable
national
way.
interest to
In the most
defend from
favorable,
terrorists.
in the most favorable way, absolutely. In the most favorable.
Okay,
way.
then how can you hold that you're a nationalist, but yet you agree that we should allow a little country somewhere else to pay our politicians and then force us to send tax money to them?
And then
That's P and not P. That's contradiction.
It's first of all,
the rest of the world.
It's controlled by the memorandum of understanding. Okay.
Oh, okay. So you're okay with a little globalism,
money.
but not just a little smidge. I'm not
I'm not
Somebody
an ultra nationalist.
So
How on earth would a strong
So if I hand you a drink of water and I say, it's mostly soda, but it has like a speck of shit in it, you'll drink it, right? Because whatever.
You can't ask me under the most favorable definition of nationalism I can imagine. Am I nationalist? And it'd be like, so given that you're a nationalist, then how do you can't? That's not fair.
Well, no. Nationalism would be okay. Then what were you thinking when you thought of nationalism?
Nationalism's not a bad word.
Like having the most, your most interest is for your nation. I would not say that means that you don't care about the other nations at all.
prioritizing your nation, right?
But I would never say that.
Once again, how can you hold that and then still be a Zionist shill?
If you let me finish, okay. So prioritizing does not mean we don't do anything. It doesn't mean that if a country is struggling, if a country's facing some famine,
struggling,
send aid over there.
They're struggling.
If there's, I'm not talking about Israel for a second. I'm just giving my thoughts. If there's like
they have free healthcare.
I don't think it's bad for us to send money to Japan. Okay, if there's a
whoa, you shifted. Whoa, that goalpost is in the parking lot. Holy crap! That goalpost is so far out the stadium. We're talking about.
Hold on, Mo. He plays Canadian football, so he'll get 1 point if it goes in the back of the end zone.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'm gonna push back a little bit on this because let's say another country. I'm going to push back a little bit this because let's say another country is struggling. You do realize by sending them money, this necessarily will increase inflation because you have to increase the monetary supply. And we know a la Milton Friedman that increases inflation.
No, you don't. No, that's retarded. That's retarded.
No, that doesn't apply it's going to the promised people.
Especially involving the military.
Those tax monies was promised to them 3,000 years ago, so it's fine.
I'm trying to bring you away from the Israel thing because it breaks everyone's fucking brain. I'm just saying, I think prioritizing, I'm not an ultra-nationalist. I think we should prioritize. No, that's why the examples I gave were other things. But if you're a hyper-nationalist, right, then you would say, hey, yeah, that's not America first to give money to Rwanda if they're going through a famine. And I would say, fuck that. I think we should give aid.
Yeah, I don't care about all the other places. I was just specifically talking about Israel. And it's just a P and not P contradiction to hold those two. I'm a nationalist, but I'm also a Zionist shill.
It's absolutely not. You're gonna pull out your logic talk when you're completely wrong. That's crazy.
No, because no. Hold on. By definition,
get fuck off.
By definition, by definition, in order to give money to another country, you have to increase the money supply so you have money to give them.
No, you don't. No,
yeah, but you're not necessarily giving them money. You could be giving them aid or supplies.
You're just wrong about that. You're just wrong about that. You can imagine we have the exact same monetary supply, and we take some more money from one thing and we give it to something else, or we increase taxes slightly. Not saying that's a good idea, but we could do that. It's not like we have to print money and send that money. That's not how. And I don't know how you're saying this, Kirk, because you know more about economics than I do. That's not how that works.
Because in reality, what the Federal Reserve does is they print more money. That's what they do in reality.
Everyone pause.
No kidding.
Yeah, but the bank has to request that money to be printed.
Fight.
That's probably true.
Move on to the next point.
Okay, yeah, the next point.
Point two.
Khan's a globalist. And a globalist.
Khan's not a globalist.
He's a gay globalist.
Point 8. Public servants need not be our priests. Any business that compensated its employees in the way that the federal government compensates public servants would struggle to survive. Wait, what is this? Public servants need not be our priests. Any business that compensated its employees in the way that the federal government compensates public service would. Okay, so what is it? So we just, if the federal government shouldn't have employees, or what is this? What is this saying?
Any business.
They shouldn't be compensated as much, I guess.
Federal employees should not be paid better than private employees.
But they're not.
Well,
saying that.
Yeah, I think that argument.
That first thing implies that priests, I guess traditionally, or they take donations, right? I don't know. I don't even know what
the federal government doesn't if you, in most sectors, I think if you're trained,
I was thinking
you're probably making less money. In the
Is there like a second line to this? You scroll down that might give.
Well, that's true.
Oh, okay.
FedEx does make.
This is the summary. You have Keelan wants you to buy Palantir's book for 300. That's 300 pages. So
any business that compensates its employees in the way the federal government compensates public service would struggle to survive.
I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like this one's just.
It sounds like it sounds like it's. Oh, I see. So it's okay. So I get it now. It's saying that they put these guys in too high a regard, viewing them as priests, and so
but it's
they're
saying
overpaid. Basically,
it's saying but I don't think they are. Like I don't. I don't know.
That's the only way it makes sense to me. The federal government would compensate the public service would struggle to survive.
Yeah.
A business that overpays
Type that in Google. See what comes up.
their employees would struggle to survive. If you're grossly overpaying your employees, you're going to struggle to survive. One of the biggest costs to a company is salary.
No, I get that. I don't know if the claim is true. Maybe at a lower level. Like I'm sure if you're a janitor for like the government or a janitor for like a private corporation, obviously it's better to have the government job. But like if you're, I don't know, if you're like an accountant, I guess.
I don't think they mean those public servants. I mean, I think they mean like I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what
to, like,
public
put
servant
ourselves
is anyone
in-
who's a government employee.
Yeah,
put
but
ourselves in their
they're
point
talking
of
about the
view.
higher ups that get like elected and they eat fucking like bacon wrapped shrimps all day long.
Elon, Omar,
get
Gavin
overpaid.
Newsom.
I think they're unironically talking about all public servants because there's this view in the
Them
private
all.
sector, especially that public servants do less work and get paid like maybe not as much, but more than someone in the private sector would for the same amount of work.
There is a lot of benefit for having a government job. Yeah, like you get a lot of benefits, and you also don't.
Yeah, you
it's
definitely
a
get
common-
benefits.
It's a stereotype for a reason.
Yeah, I just think that if you're trained at all, I
Well,
think you
if
probably get
FedEx
less
would
money.
not have contractors.
It seems like it's two. I get two things from this, like kind of what I was described, but also the idea that they should be paid based on merit, not because they have a position and comfy job.
Sorry, I just switched my headset.
I'm gonna circle back to my idea of labor contracts for universal health care.
Oh, and
especially
just
like
I heard
farming and
just
stuff. That's
just to clear up before I came on. Just to clarify, I don't believe in universal suffrage. Like I think it should be reduced across the board. But
okay,
that's why labor contract, because with agriculture specifically, it's hard to really reserve that wealth once it's generated. You have to spend it to maintain the farm, especially if you're a smaller private farmer.
Well, there's a whole mess of issues with the subsidies that farmers
Because Bill
get,
Gates and those industrial
issues with that.
farmers.
Sorry, what did you say that you think it should be what across the board?
Reduce suffrage across the board. I don't think I don't think most people should be able to vote.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What about people who have lived in Canada for the past 4 or 5 years?
Especially those people. Like we should put like there should be a grace period of like a few generations down the line of people, and then maybe that person gets to vote. Like maybe your great grandchildren are allowed. Yeah, that's what we should do.
Wait, then
just
I
to
would
make
be
sure
allowed
that
to vote. Wait, what?
that no, I mean like starting with you, right? Like your great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way
better
we're
marry
sure
Glacier.
the gayness is purged from your system fully. Your genetic
You
cleansing.
better marry
Yeah.
Glacier and start having kids with her.
True. Okay, point 9. Keelan, I'm glad you brought this up. This is interesting to go through. Okay, we should show far more grace towards those who have subjected themselves to public life. The eradication of any space for forgiveness, a jettisoning of any tolerance for the complexities and contradictions of the human psyche, second M dash, may leave us with a cast of characters at the helm we'll grow to regret. Okay, I agree with that. That's true. Do we all agree with this?
No.
I'm not
Why
even
not?
sure what they're getting at here. Like eradication of any space.
This is like
be
no,
more.
this dude's projecting. He's probably done some sick shit in his life, and he's in the public sphere.
Hey,
so he's
threaten
like,
me with a good time.
give me more grace than the ordinary person because I am a sad public figure. No, it should be the same amount of considerations that we give.
I want to throw rye fruit at him.
I guess my thing that I'm thinking is that right now we put people through the ringer a lot more, right? If someone has an affair in a private life, right, they're like, oh, that guy had an affair, and everyone moves on. If it's like someone who's at all in the limelight, like
well, wait a minute, Con. Hold on.
Food at him.
Hold on, Con. Are you saying we shouldn't hold people that we put in at the head of the state to a higher standard?
Well, no, it's saying I agree with that, but it's not. This is saying subject themselves to public life. That would be
tar and feather.
Anyone. That could be anyone who's like a public figure at all, right? And we do
Tar
have
and
this
feather.
like insane obsession with like anyone in the limelight, from celebrities to CEOs.
Well, yeah, but
to
if
whatever,
you're putting
right?
yourself in the public light, it comes with the territory. Like,
Yeah, but
I'm
this
sorry,
is,
but
me, I see this as kind of like an anti-cancel culture thing. It's like, I don't think it's like super cool when we like find like, okay, so a random example, like Caleb Hammer of Financial Audit, if you ever watch it, right? There's a whole subreddit dedicated to like trying to snark him and like find out everything negative in his personal life and try to like destroy him. And it's like, if he was just a random guy, no one would be doing that, right? But because he's like on the internet and he's like public and he talks about finances and people get mad about that, I guess people like go after him so hard. That's like
yeah, but
untoward.
even if I go with this, and I don't think I agree fully with that take, but let's say I go with it. How the hell would you even enforce this?
Wait, how would you? Wait,
I
first
think
of all,
the
how do you
Stop
not
Nick
agree with
Shirley
that
Act
take?
touches
That's
on
like
this.
the most milk toast. Everyone should agree with that take.
How would you enforce this?
Well, I mean, this isn't saying it should be enforced. It's just like, in fact, it's something that is kind of culturally changing. I mean, people now don't really give a shit. Like I watch a lot of Cody Ko. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a YouTuber, and someone tried to cancel him a little while back. And I think if that happened, maybe like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I think he'd be like erased and chased off the internet. Now he just kind of took a bit of a hiatus. He came back. Even look at Destiny, and I think Destiny has done a lot of bad stuff, but it's kind of like, it's kind of water off a duck's back now. Like things are changing versus 10 years ago, right? One thing happens, you were like out, you were just gone, right? I think people have kind of gotten sick of that. Like, and even think of like, people would get the classic conservative examples where someone says a slur when they're like 17 and their like Harvard scholarship gets revoked, right? Like that type of like pettiness that people will go after is like, is crazy.
No,
like
but so to be clear, I'm not saying that we should. I'm not saying I like cancel culture, right, or anything to that nature. But what I am saying is that asking for extra grace for whatever reason feels a bit odd to me.
Yeah, maybe the extra grace. It's just, I guess I see it as a corrective thing. They should be at least treated more similar, I think, to normal people instead of dissect. Because if you had said a slur in your past, Mo, no one gives a fuck, right? But if you became like famous, like actually famous, right? People are gonna dig that shit.
I said like 3 before I got on here.
Yeah, I mean the
question before, you know.
No. If I really need to get it out, I just write it down. That's what I do nowadays.
I would love to see that journal just filled with slurs.
When he's on online playing video games against people.
I just have a journal. I write it down.
All right, okay. Point the 10th. The psychologization. It's like, am I saying that right? Psychologization of modern politics is leading us astray. Those who look to the political arena to nourish their soul and sense of self, who rely too heavily on their internal life finding expression in people they may never meet, will be left disappointed.
I agree with that.
Psychologization of modern politics is leading us astray. Those who
I
look
agree
to
with
the political
that.
arena
No politician's going to be your. No one's going to be your savior that you vote in.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. So this would kind of be against the cult of personality
That's why
stuff.
I'm like
guessing, right?
by case critic when it comes to politicians.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's like,
know what I
don't get
think?
parasocial
People
with
who
your
drive with
politicians.
their brights
Only get
on at
parasocial
night
with your
should be lined
favorite
up
panel hosts. That's what I always say.
and
Okay?
punched, kicked in the dick.
All I heard was kicked in the dick.
I said people who drive with their high beams on should be lined up and kicked in the dick.
I see. Okay, point 11. Our society has grown too eager to hasten and is often gleeful at the demise of its enemies. The vanquishing of an opponent is a moment to pause, not rejoice. Based? Absolutely based. Do I agree with this?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Of course, I agree with that.
Based. We've
In
gotten
the context of the rest of this
Freud.
Yeah, so I noticed in particular about this, I mean, what I noticed a lot in the right, I mean, no offense to anybody, but like in the right wing or whatever, both wings probably, but anyways, they're quick to war, but they're also quick to Bible thump. They claim to be Christian, but they also claim to be like pro-war, and I kind of have an issue with that. I think that's sort of anti-Christ,
Yeah, I mean,
I think the right is pretty divided on like the war in Iran, so I don't know if that holds.
Well, and I don't just mean the war in Iran, but I mean
He's talking
in
about the early
general, right?
2000s, George Bush.
I never see like the right.
Do you think there could be such a thing as a righteous war?
I mean, the thing is, I'm
saving
more
Europe
like
from the invaders.
Ever heard of a little thing called the Crusades?
the thing is, I'm more of a
Super-based.
pacifist. You know, the thing is, I consider myself.
So if China makes landfall, we should just like let them take everything.
Well, the thing is, as a Christian, the Christian in me says,
No, that's hippie Jesus bullshit, Christian.
Well, I'm saying from a philosophical, right, from the philosophy that the Christians preach, right? We say, we say love your enemy. You know, we should love just as Christ loved us. We are to love one another, and Christ gave up his life for us, right? And our Father taught us that he gave up his own son because he loved us so much.
Is this the same Jesus that flipped over a table and used the whip to chase people out of a temple because they were disgracing God? Just curious.
You got to understand that he was actually. No, see, what you got to understand is he was just trying to teach his brothers in Christ. When I come on a panel, for example, and I hear a Christian, you know, who's pro-war, for example, and I come in and chastise them for, you know, being non-loving toward their enemy or something like that. That isn't me like coming in and being mean to them. That's me loving my brother.
Loving your enemy. Does loving your enemy does loving your enemy mean that can you have love for someone that you also have to punish because they've done something evil?
No, because the thing is, from what I can tell, from I believe what the Bible says is that love has love has no memory of love has no memory of anything of any wrongdoing.
When God
love has no memory of any wrong. Bro, let me answer the
killed.
question, Bro. Let me just.
Well, no, I'm just. No, I get it, but you're long-winded, so I'm just going to cut the chase. When God had people killed, does that mean he didn't love them?
You mean when Jesus said your father? He was talking about the Jews, and you were talking about the God of the Old Testament, and he says your father is Satan. Yeah, the one that loves the smell of burning flesh. Yeah, no, that's not.
So you think the God of the Old Testament is not the same God as the New Testament?
They were worshiping a bullock.
Yeah, well, there's like a lot of let's just say rewriting and mistranslations and that we have today.
Okay.
Like for example, the Gnostics will teach that the snake in the garden is the Christ and the God that created Adam to be a slave in the garden.
I'm commanded to love my enemy, and I can have love for them, and a mercy for them sometimes is to send them to the Lord.
No.
When did you're gaslighting Steel Man. You want an enemy forever.
Oh, here we go. We have
to always exist.
Steel Man is Maryland plus shrooms, the same worldview. So I get why you would get along.
You're gaslighting Steel Man.
He's trying, but he can't do it.
Well, no, you both think you're God.
No, you want enemies to be forever. You want there always to be an enemy.
So you both think you're God.
You live in the You live in the context.
So, Marilyn, are you going to join the mushroom cult?
Are you listening to me?
No, I don't listen to,
No, you're throwing girls before swine.
Yeah, women, especially women, when they're prattling too much.
You want enemies forever. That's what you want. And you expect them to exist forever.
No, enemies. No, that's way too much effort. I just enjoy making fun of retards.
No, that's why you're gaslighting.
I want to know, Mo. I want to know. You claim to be Christian,
I'm not
right?
retarded. You
Hold on. I want to know, Mo. I want to make sure we're all.
Now, see, I didn't even direct it. I just said it was a blanket statement. That you attribute to yourself. What are you talking about?
No, I want to know if Mo is. He seems to claim to be Christian. And you know what's interesting is how I look for Christians. Well, Jesus tells us we identify Christians.
So you're the arbiter of truth when it comes to identifying Christians.
Well, no, I said Jesus tells us how to identify Christians.
Well, no, you said you identify Christians. That was the verbiage you used.
Yeah, so for me, the way I identify Christians is by what Jesus told me how to. And you know how he told me how to?
Okay, so are you making salvation claims? You know who's going to be saved or not?
This guy is so bad faith that he's not even worth talking to.
So bad faith.
Oh, you don't want to answer the question?
Got
it.
No, it is really sad how bad faith you really are.
Simple question. Do you think you can tell who's going to be saved or not?
I guess
take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, it's not something that I intrinsically am like, oh, this guy's going to be saved, this guy's not. I mean,
well, wait, I'm confused. You said that you're God, you're God basically. So how can you not make that claim?
Well, Jesus says, "Ye are gods," right?
I can make the claim.
You understand how it's a contradiction, right?
I can,
well,
I can
yeah,
answer
of course you
it.
think you're God, but here do you
No, I
understand how
know
that's a
I'm God.
contradiction? One claim is I'm God. Second claim is, well, I don't know if this person is saved. So how does that make
I
any
can
sense?
tell you.
Well, why don't you let him answer instead of simping?
I'm not simping. You're wrong.
Okay.
So then,
But
shut the fuck up. So then shut the fuck up and let him answer.
everyone's saved. He leaves
Yeah, I
the
mean,
99 for the one loss.
We're waiting.
Yeah, as much as we all like to say you're not Mo, we're trying to Marilyn, we're trying to finagle a way for Mo not to be saved here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Oh, I
Okay.
get it. But
So the question still
Possible.
remains.
I'm just
An
playing.
idiot.
We love you, Mo. See, we love you.
Question still
don't
remains.
idiot, even
You're
though
gonna
he's
be
saved.
Okay.
It's true,
I don't
Mo.
know.
See,
I think Confluence mods are being tyrannical, and we need a cup of liberty.
What are you talking about?
Your mods keep timing people out.
Are you talking? Are you trying to bring up the thing from like a week ago? Because no one's been timed out today.
He's just been thinking about it for a while. It's it's been stewing in the back of his head.
He's trying to
I
get
just
Steel
want to
Man
come
mad at
up
me again.
here. I'm
Yeah,
leaving.
'cause
I just wanted to
chat.
say,
No,
Mo's
don't leave, Marilyn.
gaslighting
Don't-
Steel Man.
Marilyn,
Right.
don't let this troll run you off. Okay, 'cause
No,
that's what he
I
wants
I'm a
to do.
troll
came
now.
up here just to say
A
that
troll
Mo's
asking very logical,
gaslighting
simple
you.
questions.
No,
and
you're not. You
trolling.
want an enemy to
Yeah, I am.
last forever. That's your problem. You won't
Once
live.
again,
you
I
won't
don't
live in
care about
utopia.
enemies.
You
That
won't.
takes so much
You
effort.
want enemies because you want war. You want war forever. You think war's gotta exist because there will always be enemies. You can't get past it.
What
You're
war-
Jew.
what war am I-
There's
what war do I
Jews
want,
and
Marilyn?
Gentiles.
What
You
more do
want
what more do I
war.
want, Marilyn?
Marilyn,
You want these
Marilyn, you gotta
against
understand.
those.
Marilyn, you
These
gotta
against
understand.
who are
These
these and who are
against
those? Who are these and
You
who are
gods
those?
and not gods, apparently. A hierarchical system of witchcraft, control, and manipulation. Because you
But
belong to your
I thought
father, the
everyone
devil.
was. So wait, now you're in a contradiction. I thought everyone was God. So how can you have gods and not gods?
You
Doesn't
tell
make any
me.
sense.
Look at the world. Look what's happening. Look what's happening.
Well, it's your
Stop being
claim.
a dumbass. No,
It's your claim.
It's my
It's the
claim
Blue
that we
Jays, the
know
Blue
and have no
Jays.
excuse.
It's the
You're
Blue
acting
Jays.
as if you're a little child and you can't know
got it.
right
That's
from
not an
wrong
argument.
when you do know
That's not a
right
great
from
argument.
wrong.
That's
You're
pretty
a
retarded
heathen.
logic.
No,
Pretty
you
retarded
idolize
logic.
shame and guilt and death.
I just asked you a very simple
and you
question.
should
Now you're
feel
prowling
bad.
and going on about evil and death. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
You should feel
It's the
bad.
Blue Jays. The Blue Jays.
Yep,
It's
it is.
the Blue Jays.
Apparently, Blue Jays got to her.
I think so.
Oh, they just did.
They just
They
did.
did
Besides,
before.
like, shut it down. Shut her down now. She's telling everyone our plan.
I got the tags from BB.
I mean, Confluence, you call Merlin
Paid the
God.
75 shekels for me to
But
boot Maryland.
I'm confused. Confluence, don't you love the Blue Jays?
I do love the Blue Jays. I also think we're low-key God as well, just to be clear.
Wow.
But not necessarily in more like of a theosis kind of way,
this
but
is-
also in
I
kind of
hope
an Alan
Glacier
Watts kind of way. if
Well,
you
so are
think
you
about it.
familiar with the concept of panentheism? Because that's like the idea of God is immanent and transcendent. So I think that would be your position.
Yeah, I've told you that. I've told you that many times. I am a proud panentheist.
The idea of theosis is not the same as what Marilyn espouses. You know that, Fruity. Come on, don't stop fucking being a troll.
Confluence. I really would recommend seeing a psychiatrist for your memory because you only told me about it once.
Every time we talk about
So then
religion,
why,
he
wait, so then,
mentions it.
okay, wait. First of all, yeah, that's not true. But second of all, you said conflicts. Would you then? So you knew the answer. So why are you asking me a question?
I
you
was
know
just
the answer
clarifying
to?
because people change their theological positions all the
You
time.
think since like last week or whatever, I stopped? Even though
we
I've been a
didn't. We
panentheist
talked
for,
about
like,
it. We talked about panentheism like 3 weeks ago.
I don't change my philosophical positions that rapidly. Okay.
It does feel like you do change them like a coat. Like, pretty much. I feel like every time I get up here, you have some new angle you're saying or
New
something
angle,
you've
New
read
angle,
and
sure, but not the
I'm
positions.
gonna come over here one
overall.
day and you're gonna be like, I don't know, like
It's
talking
I
about
would say,
Muhammad
the,
next or
the
something.
expression, yeah, like I definitely code switch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, the people that I'm talking to, yeah, if I'm talking to Marilyn in a one-on-one, I'm probably gonna be more a little woo-woo than if I'm talking to like Emmett, sure.
Woo-woo.
But I'm just it's about the expression of it. I would say, you know.
Well, I am curious. So I know you don't like George Soros because of his political views, but like I'm pretty sure he has contributed to like financial like philosophy, like work in the financial sector in a way that a lot of people like. Like, I mean, I don't think it's as that bad as you think.
Well, yeah, but it's like Bill Gates.
Sabotage
Yeah,
Russia's old
Bill Gates. You can find examples of where Bill Gates has given money to charity that I would be like, yeah, this is a philanthropic endeavor I enjoy. But that's kind of what you do if you're a bad guy and you're trying to like cover, right? Like Epstein, there's stuff literally Epstein has done that I'd be like, yes, this is a good thing, okay? But like that's kind of the grift of the evil people, right? Is you do enough good to like cover in the darkness.
I want to name some specifics because that could get clipped out again.
Well, so for example, his
Somebody clip that.
He's
an all right guy in my book, you know.
I'm saying he funded stuff that I would be like, yeah, that's a good thing to fund. Like he's done charitable stuff that I would agree with the charities. He's funded, businesses that I'm like, yeah, that's good, but it's all for the purpose of, probably doing untoward stuff. But so that's why I'm saying we can't look at the individual examples and be like, okay, well, Soros has done some good stuff. Yeah, so has Bill Gates, so has Hitler, so has,
But I'm saying you're saying he's worse than Marx, and I'm saying you're saying the problem I have is like with your claim that he's worse than Marx. Like you
can't. Well, yeah, because it depends. You can't judge Marx for a bunch of people taking his ideas and then like killing like millions of people. Like that's not. Marx is not a time traveling wizard, you know what I mean? You can't just like take his ideas and then be like, Marx could have definitely seen what Mao was going to do with the Great Leap Forward, or Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. Like you can't take someone's ideas and then just that would be like blaming like Nietzsche or whatever for like what H-Man did, because like some of the Ubermensch stuff like got brought in. Like you can't. I don't play that way,
Yeah, but Marx's philosophy directly advocated for a dictatorship of the proletariat.
Yeah, but again, I don't know if I would put someone's just like sharing their ideas and what they truly think is right as like them being, I don't like Marx, to be clear, but I don't know if it's like super fair to, I guess that it depends what you're,
Kirk, what did he contrast that with when he said the dictatorship of the proletariat?
Contrast what?
Why was he saying the dictatorship of the proletariat? What was he combating, in his own words?
Well, if I understand him correctly, he thinks that capitalism is dictatorial.
Of the who?
The bourgeois.
So, which is worse?
Well, I don't believe in the dictatorship of the bourgeois. I think that's a lie.
So you're saying that his dictatorship of the proletariat is bad, but you don't even agree with the dictatorship of the bourgeois. So like you don't understand his position, or you're being.
I disagree with his position. I'm just
trying to understand why you think it's bad if you don't think that it's like it logically follows.
Okay, it's bad because there shouldn't be a dictatorship of any class over another class.
He agrees that there shouldn't be a dictatorship of at least one class over another class.
Okay, then why does he advocate?
And what does the proletariat mean? Does the bourgeoisie exist if the proletariat is the dictator?
Well, the bourgeoisie as a class wouldn't exist because they would expropriate the means of production.
So who would the proletariat be dictators over?
Oh, themselves.
Why is that a bad thing?
Because they kill all the bourgeoisie.
If you don't have a pricing mechanism in the market, then the proletariat doesn't know where they should be producing. Because
I'm just waiting for you to say like how this is worse than other Jews.
Because his ideas influenced dictatorships like Stalin.
Okay, now let's go back to what Confluence was saying. Marx was not there when Mao was causing famines. He wasn't there when the Soviets were causing famines. He wasn't there when Pol Pot was potting people.
Okay, and has George Soros done any of that? Like, has he?
George Soros publicly said that the happiest time of his life was when he was being a turncoat Jew during the Holocaust and seizing Jewish property. He said that was literally the best time of his life.
He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
Maybe it was taken out of context, Con. You know, maybe you should.
I'm not a Soros fan, to be clear. I don't think Soros is a good guy.
Since he was young, he was like a teenager at the time. That's the only
But
context.
I'm just saying that
well, you know,
Soros's ideas have not led to the same type of dictatorship that Marx's ideas have led to.
Again, but that doesn't matter to me. Like, yeah, like you're like again, like would you like Kirk? Would you blame Nietzsche? Like by example, would you blame him because the Ubermensch idea got co-opted low key in the Third Reich stuff? Like I wouldn't.
Well, not
Nietzsche
really, because
but the difference.
But can I? If I may explain the difference, the difference is that Nietzsche would not actually support Nazi Germany, whereas I think Marx would have supported the Soviet Union.
I don't think. Well, I don't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it depends on. I don't think he would have supported Stalin. Maybe Lenin. I'm not sure. I don't think he would have supported freaking Mao.
It's just bias against Marx is why he thinks Marx is the worst.
I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
As biased against Nietzsche as he is against Marx, it would be the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like Nietzsche, it's unclear how much Nietzsche would have actually supported some of the idea. Like some of Nietzsche is low key a bit scary to read. Like. Right, there is a lot of stuff. That's my biggest problem with Nietzsche is like kind of the subjugation of the weak and that the powerful will survive. And there's a lot of like stuff that you understand why if you look at Nazi Germany, why they like borrowed stuff from Nietzsche. He says,
yeah, and I would blame. Hold on, I blame Nietzsche to some extent.
Or was he
Alex? You're kind of quiet. Nietzsche was being both. Nietzsche was being both at certain times. Like,
well, I blame Nietzsche partially, but I guess what I would say is that he rejected anti-Semitism. So, like, to my understanding.
Well, nobody objects to anti-Semitism.
I don't know.
That's not how
I don't know
works.
about that.
He wanted to expel them, not
Kirk he had a lot of stuff to say about those people.
So here's the thing: nobody like rejects anti-Semitism. They either reject accusations against Jews or they reject accusations against groups of people. But if it comes down to it, they'll usually do the same thing themselves.
I mean, Nietzsche was no stranger to like a race realism, eugenics kind of perspective, right? I mean, like he was all kind of about like, yeah, if someone is like super, you know, not fit, that like, yeah, that we're gonna, you know, we need to not continue that because you know then we're gonna have like less fit people and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff
Kirk
that is very
that right there.
Very like
that,
a little spooky.
He said we should kill
This
them.
guy sounded pretty base.
Not more like more. Well, yeah,
He's
more.
saying
I
they
don't know
should
what,
have put them in the
not
fat
kill them,
camps.
but more like not the there should be more of the eugenic side of things.
Not let them procreate.
Yeah, stuff that at least leads in that direction. And wait, I mean, some of it's like it's well worded, so some of it's like, okay, I see the point, and it's not like we ought to do this, but it's kind of like if we don't do this, then X is going to happen. And so it's kind of an ought at a certain point, you know, when you're saying that, like, yeah, that if we don't do this, then the weak people are going to, you know, override. And if we want to have an Ubermensch, this is what we should do. And these are some practical ways to get to that point. It just depends on, I mean, it depends on the interpretation. It depends how you read them. And it depends on what specific book. He got kind of crazy toward the end there, you know, from the syphilis, probably in all likelihood. But
yeah, I'm just, perhaps, but like, it's kind of a whataboutism. The point is, I'm saying that in the context of Marx, the reason I would say that his philosophy doesn't work is because he's saying that you should get rid of money, as I understand them. And if you get rid of money, then there's not a way to allocate resources in the economy effectively. Where Soros, to my saying, doesn't advocate the complete abolition of capitalism and private property.
So hold on. I guess when it comes to an outlook of like, imagine a world 100 years from now, or yeah, where everyone born before today is dead, right? What kind of world would you want it to look like? Like, from Nietzsche's perspective, having a bunch of people who are obese or who are weak probably isn't the kind of world you necessarily want, right? It's just,
right, that's the argument, yeah.
The implementation of that requiring people today to be
right.
excised somehow. That's
well,
the
like
problem.
it's like Iceland, right? There's like, what is it, like with Down syndrome, or Do I Have the Right Country, where there's like no Down syndrome because they just like abort all Down syndrome people, and it's like, well, I guess that's one way to do it, but you're also like killing a bunch of people, you know, from my perspective.
Which place?
And right, so it's like, so I think it's Iceland that does that.
I
Someone
think
can
that
fact
checks
check me
out.
on that.
No, I think that checks out.
But I guess the question is that the smart thing to do?
I don't think it's the moral thing to do.
Well, forget
Like,
morality.
Is it smart to take everyone who has cancer and not allow them to breed? It's like, yeah, maybe in 100 years we'd have less cancer if we did that. You know, at least all the cancer is genetically based. But is that so? That's the whole eugenic argument. Is like, in the long term this will be worth it, but you have to break a lot of eggs to make that fucking long term omelet.
I guess I'm asking, if we ignore morality for a minute, even if it would result in that, is that really the best path to go?
I mean, it's better. I mean, the argument would be that it's better to live in a world where humans are not getting cancer, at least like for genetic reasons.
No,
than
I
it
think
is
the human
if they're not.
genome is far too complex for something like eugenics to actually work on any time scale that would be relevant to us.
No, that's absolutely not true. There are specific genes you can test for now. Like now, you can, in Canada and America, at least I know, you can go and test and find out, like, are you more likely to have breast cancer? They can look at genetic markers and figure out if you're more likely, and like not just a bit more likely, a lot more likely to have breast cancer. And if they, assuming that's valid, then if you didn't let those people reproduce, you would see a reduction of breast cancer, right? Like,
sure,
there is. I'm not saying you could, I guess, reduce it completely.
So hold on, we'd also see a culling of like the extremities of the gene lines, right? So our genes would become more and more collapsed into a single universal structure, right? Which means that diseases that affect one of us will be very, very effective against most, if not all of us.
Well, putting the moral, like, the moral stuff aside, right? I think also another issue would be if you started doing this, we're already below replacement rate. So what would that do to, as a whole, to a society? I gotta imagine that would have some dire outcomes.
But then if you want to take it to the extreme, then you could either incentivize, or I don't want to say force, that sounds untoward, but the people that are the prime breeding stock, let's say incentivize them to have more kids heavily, right? And heavily de-incentivize. Like, there is a pathway theoretically to get there, right?
We could say, like, if you fit within this genetic spectrum and you have 10 kids, we'll take care of you for life, right?
Like, yeah, I mean, China did that in certain ways, right? Where they would do incentives. I mean, H-Man also did that, where he would pay them money if you were like the right, stuff going on that he was looking for, right? There would be like massive subsidies for you to have kids.
I feel like humans, when there are these sciences with a lot of noise and we try to like directly interact with them, we always fuck it up.
If you have 4 kids, that would
always a bad
pay your
idea.
loan.
Like, look at the
almost
climate.
Never works out well.
But the counterpoint would be Iceland has the lowest amount of like Down syndrome kids. Like,
but they still, you missed the point though. They still have pregnancies that are down.
Yep, they still have to. They still have
the reason the reason they don't have is because they have almost 100% of
I mean, maybe that's you're maybe right. Maybe that's a bad example, because how many Down syndrome people are themselves reproducing? So if all Iceland doing is aborting Down syndrome people, is that really the cause of Down syndrome? Is Down syndrome people having kids? Probably not. So yeah, maybe that's a bad example. But I mean, we know there are things that are like diseases that are like incredibly like what's that bad one, that cystic fibrosis, that if you have one kid with cystic fibrosis, you're like very, very, very likely to have a second kid that has it, like compared to the general population. Like, I've met people that have 2 kids that have cystic fibrosis, because if you have one kid, it's very likely that your combo of genes, your wombo combo with you and your spouse, you're very likely. So if you, in theory, if you're like, you can't reproduce anymore, if you have one kid with cystic fibrosis, that would reduce the amount of people that end up having cystic fibrosis, because it's like I think it's entirely genetic. And so that would be an example. And there's a lot of diseases like that, right?
There's something I don't understand though. Like things like Downs, right? a genetic mutation, right?
Yeah.
So like even if you pressed a button, even if you pressed a button and it removed all downs from the earth, even like the pregnancies and all that, right? It would come back.
Yeah, it would still come back.
Yes.
So you'd have to keep doing it.
Yeah, the Down. Well, that's why I said the Down syndrome one is probably a bad example because it's not like Down syndrome is caused by Down syndrome people reproducing. So yeah, just by stopping, I don't think most Down syndrome people are having kids, right? But with something like cystic fibrosis, that would reduce because cystic fibrosis people, especially now, because they used to die very young. Now I think with modern, like they used to die, I think before they were like 20 or something, not that long ago. And now we've made like massive strides, and now they live until they're like 50 and stuff. But the argument the other way would be, well, now they're living long enough to reproduce, and now their kids are more likely to have cystic fibrosis and so on and so forth. And so, again, I don't think it's obviously we're talking morality aside, but then, yeah, the argument would be, is that a good thing that we're, putting this for the human species that we're having more, of this stuff?
So my problem is every time stuff like this gets brought up, we get stuck in this debate of whether it's a good thing or not, but we never even get to discuss whether it would work or whether it's even a viable path. Right.
And I think that's good. I think we should cut it off at the fucking knees. I don't think think as a society we should be like, but would it work theoretically if we like sterilized all these people? Could it work? I don't know if we should have that conversation.
Right,
like us as panelists, that's fine. But like for a society, I don't think we should be like, well, would it work? I don't think
it would work on like the majority of issues. It would be very few. I think they would like the press the button option, right? If you press the button and remove everyone with whatever the thing is, I think in most cases it would come back and you have to continually cut it off.
Right, but we could talk like we could be talking about a 90% reduction though, right? Like, yeah, I'm not saying these things would be gone forever, but for some of them, yeah, I mean.
But would we though? Is that what would actually happen? That's the reason why I'm saying that we need to like discuss whether some of the stuff would actually even work is because these conversations keep coming about, and people who don't have the same morality as you or I, they promote it, right? So instead of trying to argue from a moral perspective, just argue from a logical perspective or a logistical perspective. There's no way to do this, and it really wouldn't work in the first place.
You'd have too many people that would object to it. Would be one issue with it.
I think
there'd be too many people who just wouldn't be on board.
I'd be trying to use a tactic that I actually don't believe in. I think it would work, and I guess so. It's like
How would it work? Wait.
Well, I just described like you would with the cystic fibrosis, you would
people who have
we wouldn't have to
reduce the number of people who have to be aborted because they have it.
It absolutely would. It 100% would. With the Down syndrome one, I agree. Let's forget that. That was a bad example because Down syndrome people aren't reproducing much. But with the cystic fibrosis one, that would work. You would now maybe I'm not saying it wouldn't come back. I'm not saying you wouldn't still have some, but you would be decreasing incidence by like a huge amount. Is the harsh truth, and I don't feel good about like lying about that to try to because my real objection is a moral one, and I don't like being like, well, I'm going to pretend that it wouldn't work from this other angle because really I want it to not work morally. I think that's like putting the cart before the horse.
I guess. So here's a question. Let's say that we knew that there was a certain like genetic condition that always passes on to your kids, and for this one, you have a pretty crappy life and you die at 25. Would we want to discourage those people from having kids?
I have a genetic condition that's like that.
You're going to die at 25?
Yeah, I'm half black.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Joker,
I thought
that's
that was
very
kind of
serious.
Or if you
That's
mean
very
as a sickle cell or
No,
he's gonna die of gang violence.
Is it moral for those people to even have kids at that point?
I personally I will say, and I don't. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but with some of them, I think it might be like with certain genetic conditions that are like incredibly bad. I think if you have one kid that has it, and your kid is like dedicated to a life of suffering, I'm not sure if it's moral to have a second kid. If it's like a high likelihood that it's going to happen to the same. If you're with, let's say, cystic fibrosis, you're popping out 5 kids and like they still have cystic fibrosis, and you're like, let's work on number 6. I think you should maybe stop, maybe consider adoption if you want more kids. I don't know if you should like. I think there is some onus to know that like if a lot of your kids are having this like extreme suffering life, I'm not saying abort, of course, obviously not. But I'm saying the decision to have the kids in the first place, if you know that there's a high chance of them just having pure suffering. I mean, and not
society,
that cystic fibrosis has to be that way, but you know,
as a society, we can discourage or encourage certain behaviors, right? We don't have to like ban them or make them illegal or sit here and like attack people for doing something, but we can make awareness a thing where it's like, hey, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do with the Ashkenazis, right? Because they're far more susceptible to, you know, the genetic stuff. That's even speaking of Iceland, right? They have that whole app that everyone knows about in Iceland because they're so like, you know, kind of. There's an app in Iceland because it's such a small population that like really doesn't kind of get out too much. That they have an app to see how related you are, so that if you meet someone and you're thinking of making a kid, you can check if you're like too genetically similar, because your kids are going to be more likely to be, you know, a little retarded. And this is an actual thing. It's an actual thing. They actually have like a massive app that people use to, you know, determine this.
But just think about that though. Like in a situation like that, you get one like really nasty virus, and those people are screwed. They're all so genetically similar. I don't know that. You know?
Well, yeah, you don't want people to be too genetic. I mean, otherwise you get the Hasberg.
But that's what happens when you start like culling certain genetic factors.
That's what happens if you. That's what happens if you like all to the extreme, and you like that would have to be that has to be like a large amount. Yeah, but that's I don't know. Like, there's a line, I guess, between like selective breeding to the point of incest, like the Hasberg stuff, or just like calling out specific genetic things that are like gonna cause like a lot of like bad stuff, right? There is like a whole gap between those 2 points, right?
Sure, but the more you cull, the less diverse your population is.
Right, but you can still have easily have a sufficiently diverse genetic pool and still be like. I hate even say, but and still be like sterilizing people, again, morally wrong, but you still could sterilize people that have genetic stuff or try to de-incentivize it and still have a genetically robust population. I think the argument is just that it's just morally awful to do that, you know? And it's like, yeah, at a certain point, if you do that too much, then of course you're going to have like, you know, a lot of bad shit happening, but. Oh, 07 Steel Man. He said buy in a private jet.
Yeah, I saw that. So you don't think this conversation is one worth having? We should just stop at a moral line.
I think it's worth having.
It's worth
having.
I
actually do agree with Alexander here. I think having your arguments that you can appeal and logically reason with people who don't grant you the same moral ethics that you hold to is valuable. And that's across the board with any
I just
argument.
mean I don't think it's a conversation we should be having on a national level. I guess that's my point. Because I don't think it's something we should be seriously like. It's kind of like the same with like maybe it's a weird example, but with like when we talk about like race and IQ, there's a degree where it's like I don't know if this is like a good conversation to have. You know, like I don't know if it really matters if like the Ashkenazis have a higher IQ or Nepal has a lower IQ. I don't know if it's profitable to have, because it's like, where is this leading? So maybe it's true that there is, you know, genetic differences in IQ, but I don't know if it's like a good line. It's like, where does it lead? What are we doing with this research? And same with the eugenics. If we find out, oh, this is actually super goated, it's going to like decrease cancer by 50%. The next question is then, well, ought we do it? Right? Like as soon as you go to like, where else does that possibly lead if we're trying to figure out, you know, if something works or not? If it does work, then the honest answer would be, the honest next question is, well, should we do it? And I'm saying if we already know we shouldn't do it, why even ask the question then?
That Austrian high IQ thing is based on a 70s report that was rigged, by the way. So it's not true. Anyway, continue.
I would disagree with that.
This is the problem.
Of course you would, but
all of these things that you're talking about, there's very valid reasons why they won't and do not work. But we keep stopping it at this point of like a moral justification or argument for not doing it, right? We can argue.
What is the advantage of not
things.
stopping it there?
No, but we kind of are, right? Because the first thing that anyone says, well, we can't do that, right? We don't want to do that.
But I'm saying there's utility to that. What's the point of going further?
Because at some
because
point,
not everyone has your moral structure, Con.
This conversation is going to be had.
What
right?
society? Yeah, I guess I'll even leave it open. I was going to say like Western society, but what society is actively practicing eugenics? Like this is
China?
like I don't. Yeah, China. I don't know if China's still running them.
Iceland,
but,
we just talked about the downs.
I kind of said that's not the best example because you're not actually like changing anything about the gene pool. Because
but that's their goal. That's what they're doing.
But that is what they're doing.
That is their goal. I don't know if that's their. I don't know if that's their goal. Their goal, I don't think, is to
be fair. People.
Their goal isn't eugenics in that way. Their goal is just. That's why I shouldn't have even said that example because it's confusing. Because I think their goal is to just get rid of Down syndrome, but it is a continuous thing. It's just probably just continuously aborting people with Down syndrome.
It's also Denmark and France too. By the way, I looked it up.
Hitler was like stealing babies, like not him personally, but there was like kidnappings that happened where he would like steal.
I thought you steal
people that had like the right Aryan stuff and get them to breed and put them in homes and incur and pay the parents. Like this was like what Western country at least has anything even remotely like that? Like this was the thing
not
that
what we're talking about though. We're talking about
eugenics.
Things like CRISPR. We're going to talk about things like CRISPR. We're going to talk about things like
that's making
RNA,
things
DNA
known.
Sequencing, like things like that.
I know, right? But that's all. Look, if your argument is knowledge, things like the Iceland app, that maybe in the future you could meet someone and be like, what's the chances our kids will have that? That's one thing, but that's a different conversation than should we like either sterilize people or should we heavily incentivize people to have kids and de-incentivize other people to have kids? Those are very like different things, right? Just like saying, hey, here's the knowledge, you can fuck who you want, but this is the risks, and you can voluntarily use this tool to figure out what your genetic chances of having a kid with X condition. That hits me very differently than the government being like, you know what, we should pay you money if you're the right breeding stock, and we should charge you more taxes if you're not. Like that's.
Well, we're not talking about charging more taxes, but.
I don't know what else we need if we're talking eugenics. So that's the most soft-pedaled eugenics stance. Like literally, that's the most soft-pedaled.
It doesn't exist in the U.S. at all right now, right?
Some type of child tax that is like dependent on if you get a child tax benefit if you are the right kind of person, right? That's like the softest form of eugenics. I think it would work. I think it's just immoral. That's why I don't think it's good to go down the would it work conversations because I think the truth is it probably would work.
Why is it immoral?
I think it's immoral. Well, I guess depends on which thing. Like, because I think this leads to outcomes. Well, I think it leads to outcomes that are just, countervening agency. I guess is kind of a loose way to put it. But it's like the same thing about like when people say, oh, you should like incentivize, like if poor people have kids, you should, de-incentivize that because you don't want that because then they're more likely to take advantage of the system or whatever. It's like, I think you start to contravene agency if you're like giving tax breaks or tax de-incentives to people that are more likely to need them, right? Like if you're let's say to use an extreme example, let's say if someone's on welfare, the government says we'll pay you money to like get your tubes tied, right? It's like you could say like, what's wrong with that? They're freely doing it, but are they freely doing that, right? If they're already like disadvantaged and the government now is doing this, I think this is just like a
different thing than promoting people.
I already agree that promoting's fine. You asked me why like de-incentivizing via like tax breaks or tax incentives would be bad, right?
Yeah. Then you went on to talk about like tubes tying, and that seems like a very different thing.
I don't why. To me, it's the same idea. If you're paying people money to have kids or charging them more to have other kinds of kids, I don't know if that's like super different than paying someone. It's still voluntary, right? If you're paying someone, What do you mean? Well, they didn't listen to what I said. I said if you're paying somebody the government's like, hey, if you've already had, let's say, a kid who's in foster care, we'll pay you $5,000 to get your tubes tied, right? That would be an example where it's still voluntary, but there's still a lack of agency, assuming the person is poor and they're doing that because they're poor.
This is why we also don't pay for like organ donations and stuff like that, right? Like,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Creating an incentive to do something to yourself that's harmful.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. I briefly was listening there. What's the net positive of poor people not having kids?
There isn't one.
Well, the problem. Okay, two things. The problem is the birth rate is so bad, as you said, and poor people are having way more kids than rich people, so it would like crush our birth rate even more. The good benefit from one stance would be, well, poor people are far more likely to take advantage of, social welfare systems and be more of a drain on society, right? You have to be, I think the stat is you have to be making over like $150,000 in the US before you're actually like contributing, because like so much of the tax is taken from like the top % of society that even if you're making like a median wage or even above the median wage,
but that's just a system. That's just like system changes that can be made to, deal with that instead of like going after poor people reproduction, right? Because another byproduct of that would be that there's a lot of poor people that rise from the ranks and do a lot of good. So so from a strictly numbers game, you would be cutting all those potentially off as well.
Well, from a numbers game, you would absolutely be besides the birth rate thing. From a numbers game, you would absolutely be doing the system a service. Because for every one person that rises out of poverty,
it depends on what you mean. Is this just the my GDP basically? That's what this is. Like that's the metric of good. You're
nothing to do with GDP. Unless you're using it as, I guess, kind of a byword for other things. But yeah, like if you're just talking about who is contributing, which again, I don't give a fuck about this. Like
what I'm saying is that you would agree though, like any there's tons and tons of cases of people being poor and then becoming very wealthy and contributing to society.
For every one person that happens to, there's probably like 100 that.
Well, when I say contribute to society, I don't mean just like making a bunch of money. I mean like contributing other things to society, like inventions or being a doctor or
right. But
all these other things.
I'm saying if we could, let's say, make it so. Let's say I don't think financial incentives are going to work for people that actually have the money to have kids. But let's say we could make it so the people who are more likely to have kids were the more wealthy people. Then right, it's pretty easy to see that would be like a better thing for society on some level, right? Because ideally you don't because we're in a situation right now where the people that are the poorest are having the most kids, right? There's obviously, and so poverty is a cycle and it just continues. And though it's not like the welfare subsidies and stuff and EBT and all it's none of that's like enough to really fix things. And so you're in a situation
not
where
always the poverty. It's not a guarantee the poverty cycle continues. It's not
a guarantee, Mo. I'm saying statistically, for everyone, if you look at a poor neighborhood, the amount of people that rise up and leave that poor neighborhood or somehow get to some level where they're actually like positively contributing in a way that other people in other neighborhoods are, right? For every one person that does that, there's 100 people that aren't doing that, right? Like, and I don't.
Okay, so Con wants an elite class and no middle class or lower.
Well, no. So Confluence, didn't you say?
Said I don't want this. To be clear, just for everyone watching, I think it's a terrible idea. I know. I just want to be clear for everyone watching.
Didn't you say, Confluence, that Confluence, don't you subscribe to a broadly like a Piagetian view of child development where there's the stages and qualitatively change? Because like if you believe in that, then shouldn't that be a focus on the environment? Like if we change the environment, we can help encourage students to construct better mental models of the world.
Look. I don't think the solution to poverty is to offer the sterilization thing. Like again, that's why I want to be very clear. I'm not saying these are
but once again,
things.
You could fix the problems you're talking about by changing like the systems around it that enable the bad outcomes. Not necessarily like, hey, have less kids.
See, you scare me when you say that, Mo, because then are you gonna like what What do you mean when you say that? Do you mean don't give out food stamps, cut people off EBT, no subsidized housing, no rent control? Like, I feel like based on what I know about you, you're gonna say solutions that I think are like working in the opposite direction, probably.
Well, wait, why wouldn't all those things you just listed work? Why wouldn't those work?
I don't think they would work.
You don't think?
Like,
Can you explain why?
I don't think that. Well, I mean, okay,
so wait. We have a system where we give a bunch of people like, hey, you want to have like 10 kids and you don't have to worry about it. We'll take care of all your needs, and they have no incentive to like do any better. You think that we should just continue that, or you think maybe taking that back a little bit and weaning them off?
I think we should do changes. I think there are changes that we should do. Like,
so you agree it would work?
No, I don't think. But well. What do you mean by? I think if you took away food stamps and EBT, I think you would have a lot more homeless people.
I didn't say take away. I said you. So anytime you have like a system that's been put in place and it's allowed to fester and get to the state it is now, you're right. Ripping the Band-Aid off might have some dire outcomes. So mainly looting and rioting, but you might have a situation where you can actually just wean them off of it slowly and with an end goal and a cutoff date, right? Would you agree with that?
No, I think there needs to be. No, I think there needs
to be of the country. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there needs to be positive incentives and like more holistic.
Positive incentives would be, hey, you're not gonna buy a bunch of junk food and get fat in the project. So maybe you should, achieve something greater.
Man, I don't.
What's wrong with that?
That's not a positive incentive. That's a negative incentive.
Yeah, that's a negative incentive, first of all. But
no, it's positive in their life changes. Sometimes you have to be negative in your
we know
correction.
Positive reinforcement works more. Like, absolutely. Like, okay, here's an easy fix. Okay, what I think is retarded is that now I haven't been in America
positive reinforcement works
in a little bit. Yeah, then it's always better to positively reinforce behavior from like a psychological thing if you're trying to fix something. Just psychologically.
Psychological. Yeah. That's
so,
bullshit.
So like I think it's horrible if people are on like a social assistance thing. If someone's on EBT, I think a terrible thing that happens is that if you start making money, then the government will like claw back certain amounts of the EBT, right? Which makes sense in theory. But the problem is that is something that's continuing to cycle, because then if you're somebody that's like at the lower rung of the poverty level of the poverty line, and you're like, well, if I make this, if I go and get a job at McDonald's, I'll basically be making the same amount or a bit more money. That's not a good incentive, right? Like, and there's a lot of things that kind of work like that, where you get like the child. I don't even think America has a child tax benefit anymore. I can't remember now. But there's stuff where it's like, yeah, you get it at the certain point. If you reach this threshold, now you don't get it anymore. And there's a lot of, and I get that in theory, but the reality is then you have a bunch of people that there's not really much incentive to like go beyond, because you'd have to go a long way beyond to actually like make things meet. So we shouldn't be punishing people for like trying to get out of their circumstances. And I think with a lot of like the way we have these limits with things like food stamps and EBT and child tax benefit and all this stuff, we end up punishing people for trying to climb out of their circumstances. And I think that's just a bad thing on its face to do.
The problem is not reduction in one. The problem is that the overall reduction is higher than any gain they're going to get from a bonus or by taking more hours, right? So they may make $1 an hour more, but they may lose like $3 an hour worth of actual aid, right? So that's where the problem is. Our incentives are completely inverted.
I think you're really overestimating the how lazy people can be. Like, there's a lot of people who will like, I may make like less, but I can sit at home and play Xbox all day. Yeah, I think I'll just do that.
No, they make more. That's the problem.
Right, but even if I'm saying even if they made less, they would still, to a large degree, choose that outcome.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that there's not people that are gonna pick a meager means, but I'm saying it's a bad situation to be in. I think if you're like, hey, for every $1 I make, as Alex said, you're either going to lose $2, or let's say you're just going to get 80% of it clawed back. So that's just like psychologically, we're already, because I agree, it's a problem that if you're sitting there, probably, let's say, out of work for like 10 years, right? It's already a problem that you're probably already used to maybe sitting on a couch and playing PlayStation. we should make that transition back into the workforce as easy as possible. We shouldn't be making it more difficult. That if you're on these subsidies, it's actually easier to stay on the subsidies, and you're actually penalized for trying to like get off of them. That's a terrible position to have poor people in.
You know how you do that?
Now.
You know how you do that? 1 year, you cut it by 10%. Next year, you cut it by 10%.
But then what?
No,
I guess
Third
what
year,
is
you cut
the
it. Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the
you
end
do.
game?
I'll tell you how to do.
Because this is why that scares me. Is what is the end game? We eventually just like, I guess you take their kids away at some point, right? Because they can't.
Why? Whoa, wait, what? Why would you do that?
Well, that would be the logical outcome, right? If you're cutting off the
Why would you?
So
then eventually they're not feeding their kid. Now that's child
No.
neglect. Now you're taking their kid. Well, what's
because
their kid doesn't have nutrients.
That's a
or
crazy
diapers?
jump. That's a crazy jump.
That's the logical
No.
extension.
Hold on, Mo. Hold on.
No, because
How is it
you
not the
put an
logical
end
extension?
date and you slowly wean them off,
Yeah,
and then
and
they
let's
say,
say they
okay,
don't-
if I want to take care of
No.
my kids, I have to get out there and produce.
Okay, and they don't. So you're taking their kids. So I'm right. So
Well,
the
then
end
that's-
result
then
is their
that's-
kids taken
well,
away.
that-
Okay, so
that's their own
I'm
fault.
not jumping to conclusions.
Guess what?
It's
Guess what? Fuck
exactly
around,
the
find
instant
out.
I fucking said.
No, you wouldn't
Okay,
take necessarily take the kids away.
Now you're saying exactly what he said.
Yeah, you see, you're
No.
saying
You
can't
exactly what I
deny it
said.
next
Well, at the
time,
same time, 10 seconds ago,
No,
you were like, whoa, slow down.
completely opposite. We're not taking their kids away from them. They're giving up their kids because they're horrible fucking people.
They're not giving it, but okay, you can like say that, but at the end of the day, the CPS is coming into your house and they are taking your kids. So you can euphemize.
Yeah, and
it
if I
say
do
that
tax
you're
evasion,
giving
the
up
police are
your
going to come and
kids.
arrest me for tax evasion. So they're taking me to prison. What was your point?
Okay, so they are taking your kids away.
Oh yeah. Crimes have outcomes. Crimes have punishment.
You're
wow.
not talking about crimes. You're talking about punishing people.
Not taking your kid is not taking care of your kid is a crime.
Well, if you're the one who's causing them to be unable to take care of their kids.
No, they're causing it.
It sounds like we agree,
How am I
though,
causing
Mo,
it?
then it sounds like we agree. Then at least the end result is their kids get taken away. I guess they end up on the street.
like poor people existed before all the free government handouts, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people died.
Yeah, a lot of people died today. What's your point?
Okay, I mean, I would say a lot more people probably died, right? Back in the day, yeah, there was a certain time.
Well, no, you're
before-
right. Like we have millions of abortions a year, so yeah, probably a lot more people died today.
I mean, look, I'm pro-life, so but that's a bit of a pivot.
So that's a no. You're talking about life being lost. You're talking about life being lost. It's valid.
It's not valid.
No,
It's a completely
we're
separate
talking about people being
obfuscate
horrible,
from the
making horrible
conversation.
decisions, and life being lost by a result of it.
No, we're specifically talking about the costs of poverty back in the day when there was no social welfare programs versus now. That's what we're talking about.
Hold on. If I can, like,
Sure, go ahead, man.
There's two ways we can do this. One way results in people exploding and losing their shit and a lot of people dying. The other way results in us actually getting what we want, which is more people off of welfare and more productive work sector. The question is, which one do you want? Do you want to punish people who don't want to work, or do you want to get people working?
Well, I haven't heard the other way to do this. So you're asking me to
I'm
choose
saying, what
between
is your goal?
two things.
The
goal would be the goal in any of this would be the same with a lot of the systems we have in the government, is to end dependence on the state.
Sure, but in what way do you want to punish people who are dependent on the state, or do you want to get them to do something?
Well, I don't even know if I grant that phrasing, like punish people depending on the state, because once again, if I commit a crime, then it's my fault that I get arrested.
It's not a crime right now, right? So you're talking
if you don't take care of your kids, it's a crime.
Well, they're not committing a crime. They're working a certain number of hours. We're helping them with their
Well,
payments.
I would say they are committing a crime.
So-
I would welfare scam and milking the system. I would say that's a
You're
crime.
talking about scams, right?
Yeah,
That's a
you're
crime.
talking
Yes, I would
about
agree.
you're talking about fraud.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about
if you
Oh,
commit
so
fraud,
you
doing a crime.
think you don't think a lot of people do that and they milk the system
There are
for
a
all
lot
they
of
can?
people who do milk the system, sure, but there's also a lot of
Okay.
people who want to do more. They
The
just
majority of
can't.
people on welfare are not committing welfare fraud, I guess is the broader point, right? I think
Depends on what your definition of fraud
I don't
is.
mean like majority.
I would say the legal definition of fraud, Mo.
25%
I would say, are they legally committing fraud? No, most people on welfare are not legally committing fraud. Some are, for sure.
Yeah, I think for you, Mo, you would consider it to be fraud if they could do more and they just choose not to, right?
Yeah, if you're
I would say it's taking advantage. I would say that's taking advantage.
Taking
Yeah,
advantage and
yeah.
fraud are vastly different things, though.
Yeah, but I mean that's basically fraud.
No, it's not.
But it's fraud is a legal term. I mean, I guess if you're using it, as long as we're clear that you mean it in like a non-legal sense.
Well, there are
like
you already admit there are people who commit fraud. A lot of them.
Yeah, there are some people who commit legal fraud,
and there are people who basically
like
game the system to the best that they can to make sure that they get the most out of it.
Well, I mean, that's what every millionaire and billionaire does too, right?
Would you agree?
We're
talking about poor people right now.
Everyone in
No, I'm saying everyone who fills out their taxes is gaming the system to get the best refund or best to pay the lowest amount they can. Everyone is doing this. This is like a
but there's
normal
also
thing
people
for-
who do the tax and go a little they are a little lenient with the things that they write down.
Well, so
that would be getting into fraud. If they're too lenient, that's getting into fraud and tax evasion.
There's a whole list of things in taxes that you can play around with that technically, like, oh, I need part of my home's an office, but you never actually work out of it. So you put like an office plaque on your door in case everyone comes knocking, and
right.
So yeah, that.
So
there's tons of little things you can do.
Right, but that is illegal, right?
I really want to delineate between people who are, let's say, lying on their tax forms or lying about kids they have or whatever, and defrauding the government, and the people who are taking advantage of what's available, even if we think that it's pathetic or
one of the problems
can we just agree to delineate those two things?
Well, yes, we should.
Sure, we can. Well, okay, so under my view, though, like, yeah, we can. I'll grant that, sure, but at the end of the day, they're both parasites. So.
Well, so the criticism, one of the criticisms I would have of the welfare state is,
well, they're both fixable.
Let's say you have someone who's under the poverty line and they're eligible for welfare.
That's not a fix. That's more expensive for us than whatever they're doing now. Right? We pay more for them being in prison than we do.
No, if you make it, because you're thinking of just in the case by case, like individual case. If you have harsh punishment over time, it would clear up.
Yeah, if someone is under the poverty line and they're eligible for welfare, as soon as they go above the poverty line, they're not eligible for welfare, so they're incentivized to stay under the poverty line, which is a problem of incentivizing poverty.
But I'm curious, Alexander. You mentioned though, like there's another way to do this that is a better outcome. What is that?
Sure, it's like a gradient decline, right? So, we have let's say you're getting like $10,000 worth of benefits net right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The way it currently works is if you make $1,000 more a year. I'm talking about per year. This is a very small amount, but let's just go with that. So you make $1,000 more a year, you might lose $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of those benefits. So by taking that raise or by working those extra hours, you're screwing yourself really, really bad. And if you have kids at home, that's a really hard thing to do because you don't know when your next raise is. You don't know how soon you're going to get out of that poverty, that line to get back to normal, right? So if
you're making people not even take those risks.
If you work more, we'll pay you less. Most people are going to say, yeah, screw that, right? It's just not worth it. So if they make $1,000 more and we change that to reduce their government aid by $500, well, suddenly they're making more money by making more money, right?
So, it's basically kind of what I was saying, just proportionate to making it a net positive for them.
Yeah, it's what you're saying, but in the other direction of instead of
it's the same direction. It's just a different format.
Well, you're
giving them incentive to actually.
But I'm saying we're cutting it as you make more money. We're just not going to cut it as drastically as we do now, which is to cut it more than you're making. And the reason why this happens, just so you know, is because there's different forms of aid, and each one does their cuts individually, right? So they don't. Food stamps doesn't take into account the other forms of aid you're getting when you get cut, right? So they cut, let's say, $600 because you're making $1,000 more. Another program cuts another 400. Another program cuts another 500, and next thing you know, you're down like $3,000 per year because you decided to take a raise and try and earn more money, right?
Unfortunately, I hate to do this because I've actually thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. So thank you guys.
You don't enjoy anything, Confluence. You don't enjoy anything.
Can I shout out something real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Please.
Well, actually, wait. Are you streaming tomorrow around 9 p.m.?
Yeah, but go ahead and shout it anyway.
Well, if you happen to find yourself after Khan goes to bed and gets his beauty sleep, I am going to start streaming tomorrow at 9 p.m. I have a debate on my channel. Is race and racism real? So come over and check. It's going to be a
That's the thing you're doing with
three-way
AIM?
debate. Yeah. So yeah.
What, is it
But
right?
Come here first. Get chilling. But
I have to ask, what do you mean by is it real?
You don't want to give secrets away.
So
You'll have to check
the structure
out the debate, okay? Unfortunately.
I'll just real quick. It's a three-way debate. One person believes race is real, but racism isn't. JS believes none of them are real. I believe they're both real. And so it's like a three-way debate between those.
But what I'm asking is, what do they mean by real? Like it's race.
Well,
doesn't
I can
exist,
tell you
so people
what
aren't
I can tell you.
different
JS's
races?
position. He believes that racism is not based on immutable characteristics. It's based on things like crime and stuff like that. So it's not really racism. People say it's racism, but internally it's not really racism. And then also, just because you can't precisely name a race, to tell someone at a glance or exactly their genetic bloodline, then you really don't have a definition of what race is. But I have answers for both of these.
It's a hidden characteristic.
Well, it's a continuum fallacy, but whatever.
Gotcha.
Hey, Confluence, Grumple's live.
I don't. Am I not subscribed to Grumple? Oh no, I am. Mo, you're not going live. Panelists get preference.
No, I gotta get to bed here soon. But I appreciate you having me up. I did enjoy the discussion. Maybe we can continue this another time.
Yeah, this is a fun one. Good to see you guys.
All right.
God
bless. Take care.
Be back tomorrow. Subscribe to Mo. Check out his debate, but do stop by my channel first. Okay, should be live at probably 7 p.m.
I'm just gonna unsub.
God bless you, K2. And thank you to trivia winner, Teo. He won trivia. Thank you, K2. Thank you, K2 again. All right. God bless you guys. Take care. See you tomorrow, inshallah.